Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for episode 102 of the MeepleCore podcast, a bi-weekly podcast about board games, video games, music, and nerd culture. I'm your host, Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple, and I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Eric Ledford,
George Breden.
In this episode, we give you our first impressions for the board games Architects of the West Kingdom, Echoes, First Continent, and Tash-Kalar. We go through our top 5 metal board games. Interpret that as you will. We have some fun playing a silly board game live on the show, and much more. Hey everyone, this is Tim, and before we begin, I just want to let you know of some technical difficulties that we had with the first part of this show. The file did not save on George's end due to his C drive being full. We didn't notice it up until we got around the part where we start talking about the games. So the first half-ish of the show will be a little bit less quality because I'm using the Zoom audio and not our actual audio that we record directly into Audacity and save individually. So I apologize about it. I appreciate your patience. The last half of the show, probably a little bit more than half actually, sounds great. The normal quality that you're used to. So enjoy. And as always, please check us out on social media. And if you can, check us out on Apple Podcast or anything else where we have our podcast, and give us a 5-star rating. Enjoy the show. Alexa, ask a random question.
Here's a question for you. What personal trait has gotten you in the most trouble?
What personal trait has gotten me into the most trouble? I don't get in trouble, man. I'm goody two shoes over here.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Actually, I will say that if I had, or speaking professionally, it's that I can actually be a complete jerk. But not, I'm not just a jerk to be a jerk, but you know what I'm saying? Like that corporate game, I can speak the speak and walk, talk the talk, walk the walk. And I can literally write an email and be so colloquial in a corporate speak lingo that I destroy people. And then sometimes I kind of get talked to about it. It's like, you were pretty harsh. I'm like, right, well, yeah, I was harsh. He deserved it. That's what he gets. Maybe that's my trait. I don't know what kind of trait that is, but maybe
the trait of jerkiness.
You know, that I can't stand. Okay, here's what else. And this kind of ties into the same thing. I cannot stand when I know 100% that I am right. Like, not that I just have a hunch, like I know exactly, and then other people deny it, or other people are like, no, that's not right. It's like, yeah, it is right. You know, it's like, so that's my trait that gets me in trouble at work. Because I don't fight the fight unless I know 100% I'm right.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're debating an opinion and you're like, I'm 100% right, that might be a problem. But if you're like, if you know a fact and they're saying that fact is not true, I could see it.
Yeah, it happens a lot with like timelines or things that in the IT world, you have procedures that you kind of have to follow. I mean, that's with everything, right? I'm like, well, if you do this happens, blah, blah, blah. No, it's more, no, I'm like, yeah, I know exactly how this works. I've been doing it for like 20 years. Like, don't tell me, unless you know some crazy thing that I don't, then yeah. So it's kind of very, very, very few times have came back to bite me, but I know it's a trait that some people don't appreciate, I guess. I might sound like an idiot or like a jerk in the corporate world. I'm totally fine. I mean, 99% of people. I've never met somebody who did not like me. Let's put it that way. So this is a very,
yeah, when it comes out sometimes.
Non-common thing, yeah. But I'm like the Hulk, man. You get, it takes me a little bit to blow up, but when I do, it's like...
We wouldn't like you, yeah.
Right, yeah.
You do.
What about you guys? Anything to add? Or
I'll just go with probably optimism. I'll be like very optimistic about this game and bring it to the table. I was like, well.
Oh, man, you guys are boring. You've never been to jail or anything?
No.
I'm just joking.
Tell us the stories.
Actually, I'll tell. You know what? I'll tell. I bet Eric has this exact same thing though. Is as me, procrastination.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge one. Now to think about this deeper, and timeliness.
Like, yeah, that was going to be my answer though.
I know so many times, huh? For me,
George's answer for. Well, what about timeliness, Tim?
Whatever, dude. There's been times we'd be at Gen Con or whatever. Eric's like, well, I got 2.5 minutes. it's like, are you gonna? Then your next event's like on the other side of the building. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like Eric does what I do. It's kind of like nonchalant. Like it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's plenty of time.
Yeah, and some people are like, what? But
yeah, I got into some trouble with timeliness and just disorganization, which I think I've gotten better since then. But there was a time, I don't know, maybe like a decade ago, that I had a parking ticket, and I thought I paid it. I did not pay that ticket. And like a lot of time went on. I'd completely forgotten about it. And I got pulled over for like going, I don't know, 50 in a 35 or something, just like not paying attention, going through town. And the next thing I know, the police are like, could you step out of the vehicle, sir? You know?
Oh, man. Like, how fast was I going, man?
Yeah, right? I was like, what is happening? But it was like a bench warrant for this old parking ticket that I never paid. I was like, oh, my God. So I got taken in for that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like,
did they keep you for a night and everything?
Well, they had to, because it was a Saturday night that they pulled me over. And then Sunday, there's no judge. There's nothing. So I had to stay, you know?
Oh, wow.
And I had a soccer buddy come and bail me out so I could go play. Because our games were on Sunday.
What you in for?
Yeah, and the whole team's like, you know, where have you been? Because I got there a little bit late, and we're like, oh, we had to get me out of jail. So, and so then the worst part of it was, like, it was nothing. It was just like, you know, I didn't pay this thing, and I didn't know about it. But then they printed, because it was a small town, they printed in the paper that they had taken me in. Like, they didn't say why or anything, you know. And so then everybody's like, well, what happened? What happened? So it kind of became this joke, because the next day, next week, when I went to work interpreting at this small school in this small town, everybody was like dying to know, but they didn't want to just come right up and ask me, you know. It was just like this. It was so stupid. So it became this joke, and it was right before Halloween. So then the end of that week was Halloween, and all the teachers dressed up and the kids dressed up and stuff. And
oh, please tell me you wore stripes.
I dressed up as a jailbird because I thought this is funny, you know. And then the superintendent had my boss call me in and tell me I had to go home because I couldn't dress like a jailbird because it was a bad role model for the kids. And I'm like, okay, but like a witch and a werewolf, are those role models, you know?
A bad role model? What? Seriously?
Yeah, because I was a criminal. Like, I was dressed as a criminal, and it's a bad role model for children to see an adult as a criminal. And they sent me home that day with pay. So I was like, okay.
Who's the joke on at that point? Well, joke's on you.
Yeah, it was the weirdest turn of events, but that's the most actual trouble I've been in, even though it was more funny than anything else.
Now, the most actual trouble I've been in was when we were young. Me and my brother and our friend went through our neighborhood, and we like spray painted some stop signs and stuff because we thought we were gangsta. And not really, but you know, you're kids, you're walking around at like 2 a.m. You see a spray can literally on the side of the road. I don't know why it was there. Yeah, so we spray painted stuff, and then our other friend was mouthing off to his brother the next day, and he called me. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, oh my God, he told you? He's like, all right, you want to tell your parents or you want me to? I'm like, I don't know, man. He's like, I'll come out there. So he came out there, and they're really cool. Or we're still friends with them, and they're a great family. He told, his name's Luke. He was like, you know, And my parents were just like shaking their head. They're like, this is stupid because it's so out of character for you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which conveniently, Luke's dad, their whole family, owned a sandblasting company and then came out and sandblasted everything. So,
and that worked? That just cleaned it all off?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Without taking the paint off?
Well, it took the paint off where the spray paint was. You know what I'm saying? Like where you spray painted stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to get some on my model paint that I used to paint Warhammer at the time. And I actually
fix it.
I painted the stop sign back. And then a couple of weeks ago, like fast forward to the future, a couple of weeks ago, we were all driving in my parents' neighborhood. And we drove on that street, and I was like, "Hey, look, there's that stop sign we painted." I was like, "They replaced it!" Like literally, that thing was there for like 15 or 20 years past that. Because I did this when I was like a teenager, like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
And now I'm like close to 40. So it had been there a few years ago. So they replaced it in the past couple of years.
It's disappointing. You had signed the back of it too, probably.
Yeah, it's like this will be worth something someday.
That's funny.
Well, anyway, thanks for joining us for the MeepleCore podcast, where we talk about random things before we talk about some board games. If you're new, thank you for joining us. What we're going to do right now is we're going to talk about what we've been up to since the last episode. If you have not checked it out or you skip around on the episodes, please check out episode 100. This is our top 20 games. So if you really want to get an idea of each of us, including Matt, he came on for that episode. So if you want to kind of get an idea of what games we really, really like, even though George pulled his hair out, I'm surprised he's not bald at this point. But, that gives you an idea of our top 20 games of all time. And we're just going to round table it, talk about what we've been up to for a few minutes, and then we'll move on to some news, hit the games, and we got some topics for you. So, George, let's start with you. You got the interesting, did you get arrested?
Yeah.
No.
Usually I don't have anything to talk about, but so this past week has been a crazy one for me. I'm out here in the country and I'm not working right now with the COVID-19 situation. So I have a lot of time on my hands, and I usually like to go out and exercise, go for a bike ride or go for a walk. And it's hot. It's really hot. I wasn't going to finish that sentence. It's really hot. And so I go at night. And the other day I went out for a walk at night, and it's all country roads and a bunch of farms and stuff. So I'm on the phone with Kat, and I'm just talking with her as I'm walking along. And as I'm talking with her, we're talking about my phone and taking pictures and stuff. And my phone takes really good pictures at night. So it's a Google Pixel 2, and it takes pretty decent pictures as I'm going along. So that's what we're doing. And the thing is, when I go out at night, every so often there's cars, not too many, but sometimes they're like crazy drivers because they think there's nobody out there. So I have this this necklace on, which is actually made for dogs, that lights up. And it lights up like this crazy purple color. So I look like a space alien, right?
You look like you're going to go to a rave or something.
I look like I'll go for a rave, yeah. But the cars can see me if there happen to be any. Yeah. So anyway, I'm walking along on my phone, lit up like a space alien, out in the middle of nowhere. And I see this truck that's parked over on the side of the road. And both doors are open and the light in the cab is on, but I don't see any people. As I come up closer to it, though, I hear this guy. And he's talking, and in kind of this intense way, but I can't hear anything he's saying. He's on his phone. I'm on my phone. We're walking past each other. And I figure he's seen me because I look crazy with this necklace on that's lit up. And so I shine my flashlight at him for a second and say, "Hey, what's up?" And nothing. He's just like completely focused on his phone, never looks at me once.
Is he like yelling and stuff at the person?
He's real intense, but he's not yelling. But like, I don't know. He's kind of, I think he's upset about something,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, well, whatever, I just walk on past him, and I'm talking to Kat, taking these different pictures, while I'm out. And so it's another hour because I go pretty far. By the time I get done taking pictures and everything, coming back, another hour's gone by. I come back the same way, and I'm walking along, and there's the truck. Same place. Doors are still open. The cab light is on, but I don't see the guy, and I don't hear him this time. And as I get up closer to the truck, I'm still on the phone with Kat, and I look over at the road next to the truck. In the middle of the road, the guy is face down.
That's crazy.
In the middle of the dark, like nowhere in the country, just a truck, guy face down on the concrete. So I'm like, oh, like, oh, this is a problem. So I tell Kat, hang on.
I'll bleep that out.
Yeah, sorry.
It's good.
So I'm like trying to get his attention. Like, hey, buddy, you all right? I'm yelling at him, and there's no response. So COVID-19 and everything, I don't want to touch him. So I go over, I get a stick off the side of the road, and I poke him. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I poke him, and there's no response. I'm kind of behind him because I don't want him to be mad and like jump up and shoot me or something. I have no idea what's going on, but I poke him and there's nothing. And so I poke him kind of harder, like in the kidneys, like it's going to get his attention, but there's no response. Like I'm thinking he's dead at this point. And so I walk around, sort of go around him, shine my light on him to his face where I can see his face. And his mouth is wide open, like against the concrete. Like he just went down and just bit the concrete, literally. And
wow.
There's blood coming out, but I can hear breathing. I can hear like ragged breathing, but he's totally out of it. And so I get off the phone with Kat and I call 911 and tell them what's going on. And then they say, okay, they're sending out the paramedics and the police. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, there were 2 doors that were open.
Right.
And there's one dude here. Like, is there another dude that murdered this dude, or tried to, and now he's out in the woods watching me? Because I have to stay there. I have to stay there and wait for the authorities to get there, obviously, because I need to make sure he doesn't get run over, because he's just in the middle of the road. He's going to get run over.
That's crazy.
And the next car that came was the paramedics, though. So they took care of it. And I gave a statement to the police later on. And, I hope the guy's okay. But I've never actually come across a body before. So
yeah, that's crazy.
That was my news. That was my excitement for the week.
Yeah, that's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Especially it was basically pitch dark and you're just
yeah, it was just in the middle of nowhere.
Children of the corn at this point.
Right.
Yeah, who knows what happened? It could be that it was a medical episode and the guy, just had a heart attack and went down. Or it could have been, some kind of like.
How much blood was there? Like a little bit or a lot?
I mean, it's his face, so you bleed a lot from your face.
You do, yeah.
I don't really know. Like, I can't really say, like, he didn't look good to me. Like,
yeah. Man, I wonder if he did get hit by a car or something.
He was a tall dude, so I can see where he would have hit real hard.
Oh yeah. Taller they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah, exactly. But he could have been hit by a car, exactly, because there were 2 cars that went past while I was out taking pictures.
Which that statement always confuses me, by the way. The bigger you are, the harder they fall or whatever. Does that mean like it's hard to fell them, or if they do fall, it's going to hurt them more because of the the difference in gravity?
I think it's the latter. Yeah, it's that one. They got farther to go, so they're going to hit harder. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, this guy, he could have been attacked by somebody in a car, or he could have been like just barely sideswiped by a car or something. Because there were 2 cars that went by, and there was a motorcycle that went by the other direction. But really, I'm thinking that just narrows down the time that he went down, because halfway through the hour that I was gone, those vehicles went by. If he was there, surely they would have called 911 or run him over, So he couldn't have been down. I don't think he could have been on the ground at that point. But it was so funny when I was talking to the policeman, which I have to say, 3 deputies or sheriffs or whoever they are came out, and all three of them over 300 pounds. Like, what is going on? Like, do you not have standards, police officers?
This town. Yeah, what happens if a guy runs from you?
No, they're not catching him.
Yeah. My taser doesn't reach that far. I'm done.
It was something to see. Yeah, I was just like, wow, okay. But anyway, they were nice. They were nice people, but definitely overweight. And anyway, I was talking to one of them, and I was giving him my story on the body cam, And he goes, when I get to the part where I'm saying I'm out taking these pictures with my phone, he like pauses for a second and then gets this look on his face. And he's like, so when you were taking these pictures, did you take these pictures of the road? Could you have gotten a picture of one of these vehicles? like I'm finding a clue, you know? And I'm like, no, man, I was taking pictures of the night, sky. I wasn't taking pictures of the lights. That's like the opposite of what I wanted to take pictures of. Yeah.
It's like he just had this moment where he's like, this is my chance.
I felt bad. I was like, oh no, I wasn't taking
I'm finally
pictures.
gonna make detective.
Yeah. This is the promotion I've been looking for. Oh man, that's good stuff.
So that's me.
All right, well, Eric, you want to follow that up?
Yeah, I guess so. Finally, for me, cracked open Gloomhaven. Not the Gloomhaven that I had for a year and a half, but Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So ended up playing the first 3 scenarios of that with Melissa, and went pretty well. I have played Gloomhaven before, just not my copy. So I do feel like there's you get a lot of the Gloomhaven feel and the gameplay from playing this one. So
do you think you get enough of it? Like, is it just as good? Do you recommend this one over the Gloomhaven?
Well, I played like the first 2 scenarios of the of base game Gloomhaven, and that's been like a year ago. So I guess.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, it's much quicker though because the board is a book rather than all these different tiles.
Oh
well, yeah. I think like the setup and stuff is going to be a little bit quicker. Although there's still a lot of things to get out. Decks of cards that you get out, your own set of stuff that you get out. So there's definitely still a lot of things that you take out and put back away. They don't give you enough room in that box. Sure, it's so hard cramming all that stuff back in the box.
Yeah, once you punch it out,
which is a good thing and also a bad thing. You want a lot of stuff, for your money, but you want a box that fits everything after you're done.
They need to save that retail shelf space, make that box thin, like make it Monopoly thin.
No, it's a pretty thick box, but it could have been maybe a little bit wider or something. Give it a little bit more room to put everything back in there.
Speaking of boxes, just this is kind of off the point, but like the Monopoly size box, there used to be these flat rate boxes at the post office and one of them was the board game box, and it was like that size, and they discontinued it. I don't know why.
Are you sure? I still have some.
Well, you could still have some, but you can't get more. I don't think. You can't
order them online.
I believe it's done. I think they're not going along with that size box anymore.
Well, they should change it because, even
I should have ordered some more then.
But that's for old school games, right? Like old classic games.
Yeah, that was the size that it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they should change it to like the Ticket to Ride style box. Like that is one of the most common box sizes, which is what is it, 11.4 inches or something?
I think they do have one still like that.
Basically.
They still have a large size. Yeah. And I think it's like that. But they could do like a coffin box or some, like Gloomhaven size box.
Extra large.
Well, just make it to where make the box big enough to have 4 Ticket to Rides, 2 next to each other and 2 levels.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, get with it.
All right. You know what? You want to support the show? We're going to start a Kickstarter for custom shaped boxes.
Perfect.
Amazingly, I wonder if that would actually do well.
Oh,
that's probably the best idea
boxes?
You've had.
Huh?
Are you talking about shipping boxes?
Yeah, but all different board game sizes.
Well, I mean,
get that.
Well, whatever. My idea's
all right.
Used. Done. Anyway, what else, Eric?
That's about it.
Other than just playing tons of games with.
Yeah, playing tons of games with Melissa, getting Gloomhaven out, having a pretty actually good time with that. Melissa likes it, so we'll probably continue on. There's 25 scenarios in it.
Yeah.
The first one really starts you off like entry kind of thing, but it has actually a pretty good. You play it and you kind of learn a little bit at a time. That's kind of what we're going to go through.
Is that a pretty cool story?
The story's not too bad so far.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we only had it only went through the first 3 scenarios, so we haven't got a lot into the story, but the story's not too bad.
I seriously debated buying this and solo playing it.
Okay.
Because I was like, maybe I'll get a game and solo play it. And when I was at Barnes & Noble once, I saw that Proving Ground game that you played at Gen Con you were telling me about.
Oh, no, pass on that one.
Pass on that one? All right.
Get this one.
All right, fair enough. So, but then I went to Target and I didn't see it, so I skipped it. But anyway, just to talk about what I've been up to, and then we'll move on. This week has been Daddy Week. I'm on furlough from work for a week. Hopefully this is the only week it has to be. We're going to try to not do it once a month, but depending on how things go. In the IT world, we got, managed services is like contractual stuff that we have monthly. And then like project work is down because companies don't want to spend money on projects and stuff. So we're trying to save a little bit of money without letting anybody go and stuff. It's been pretty cool though, because it's basically a week of vacation. I've been taking the kids all over the place and, spending money, and I probably shouldn't be, considering the fact that it's like, well, you're technically laid off for a week, so go spend a bunch of money.
Right.
But, I'm going to like Goodwills and things. I'm not trying to, toss out too much. Although I did find a couple of cool things at Ollie's. I found some games. Mm-hmm. There was a Gang Rush. I don't know what it was called. Gang Rush something. It's a CMON game. It's like this 3D bridge, and you're gangsters who just pulled off a heist, and you're trying to get across the bridge without the cops getting you. It looks awesome. So I know it has mediocre. I think it's like a 6.5 type of deal. Okay. Which whatever. I'll play it once or twice. I mean, it looks cool enough to give it a try.
Right.
Yeah.
Then there was a North Star Games. The people did what did
Evolution.
They do? Evolution, yeah. They have a game called Most Wanted, and it's like an 8-player game. So I picked that up, and then that's all I got from there. And then I found Shifty Eyed Spies, Eric.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah, that's a fun game.
Yeah,
that's a great game.
$2. I found Compounded, which is like a Dice Hate Me game, which is a really weird find. I found that for $2. One of the biggest things, though, I found was I found a headset. I found an Astro A40 headset, which is about $200 to $250, depending on which one you buy. I got it for $5, and then I bought the cable it was missing for $9.99 from the Astro website. So I got like a $200 and something headset for $15, and I just got the cables today. Test out, everything works, and it sounds great. Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
You should have been wearing it right now.
I've got a professional mic. But like when we play board games and stuff, and I'm doing my gaming PC, that it's going to be that headset.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Blah, blah, blah. I've been playing tons of Board Game Arena, like tons. I think like 2 weeks ago, I had like 20 games completed. I have 120. So I played a lot.
Yeah. But you play the turn-based.
I just beat you in Zidit. Lords of Zidit.
Did I come in second?
Yes.
I thought I was, man. I looked at the.
You weren't close, but you did come in second.
Whatever. You put a lot of stuff in the middle, didn't you?
Actually, I didn't win the middle. I came in second.
Did you really? Did I come in first on that?
I think so.
That's right.
But I still got 4 points, or whatever that stuff is.
Yeah, you just won the majority on the other ones to get first place or whatever. Not majority, but yeah, that's a good game. I like it.
You guys play like 20 games at a time on there.
Well, yeah, okay. So I do play a lot of turn-based games, but I play a lot of real-time games too. Like on the nights when we're not doing anything, I'll sit down and I'll be doing other things and playing. Like I played Kingdom Builder 7 times in a row, real time. Or I played
10 minutes each. Each game.
Well, it's a little longer than that, but it's like 15, 20 minutes, maybe even 30, depending.
Depending how slow someone else gets.
Yeah. King Domino, I've been playing that a lot. I played it a bunch of times. I realized I don't actually like it. I don't think it's good. And like, I totally changed my mind for this. You play it a handful of times, you're like, this is pretty good. You play it a ton of times, and it's just like, I mean, you might as well just hit autoplay at this point. I don't know.
Tim got mad. He can't win.
I don't know what it is. I'm not doing anything stupid either. It's just you get whatever.
We're gonna have to play it. We'll have to play it to see what you're doing.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. Well, we'll give you some pointers, and you can go back.
Whatever. I beat you when I played it. What are you talking about? But other than that, we went to this is just the funny story, and then I'm done. We went to this like splash park thing that had like water. I think I told you all this story yesterday.
Yeah.
But the water gets maybe about 3 feet deep, but it starts off like real shallow for the kids. That area has a textured surface, and then it gets real smooth as it goes down and gets deeper. Well, I was like crawling around on my stomach, and then later on that night, I realized that my calf, like on the outside, is completely bare, like it was shaved. And I think the bottom of the pool literally shaved my leg as I was crawling across it. It is the funniest thing ever. I mean, I've never shaved my legs before, and it's like so smooth, and it's on like the muscle, and I got a pretty muscular calf. And I'm like, yeah, dude. Saying if I wanted to go like Rocky Horror Picture Show or something, I could shave my legs and pull off some Frankenfurter.
Right? If you get the right shoes.
So you get the right shoes.
If I get the right shoes, I need some heels. I get those 4 inches.
Right. It makes your legs look good.
Some blue sparkly.
I don't know. Maybe Rachel's messing with you.
You just shave my leg at night.
Yeah.
She's like, you didn't happen to like accidentally shave it. I'm like, how do you accidentally just shave your leg? Yes, maybe if I was tired enough, just shaving your beard, just accidentally slip and shave your calf. But it was really funny.
Maybe you're sleepwalking.
I don't know, but I keep feeling it. I'm like, but it wasn't shaved like razor blade. You know what I mean? It was shaved like everything was stubbly, like it was like ripped off and stuff. So that's why I think it was the bottom of the pool. Because, I mean, only like that night has passed. It's not, we left there at like 9:30. I realized this at like 9 in the morning the next day. So somebody could have broken into my house, shaved a perfect circular spot on my calf. But I doubt that.
That sounds almost dangerous if it's that coarse at the pool.
Really, well, it's not even that coarse, but if you're dragging your leg across it, it is.
Yeah, who does that?
But yeah, I'm the only one doing that because I'm like laying down, because when I'm laying down in the water, my kids are standing up. I'm only like, chest height to them. So it's better than standing up, because it was kind of chilly if you weren't in the water, but if you were in the water, it felt great. So I was trying to like keep myself completely covered. I was like crawling. I was army crawling. It was a good place, though. I liked it.
Sounds like fun, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully we didn't bore anybody with all our cool stories here, but I think we had some pretty cool things to say. Anyway, we're going to move on to some news items. We only have a couple here. The first is disappointing for Emerson, Matsuchi, and I, because we've been talking about this for weeks, maybe even months at this point, about the Monster Hunter World board game. It just got announced that Steamforged Games is making it. It's going to be coming to Kickstarter. Steamforged Games is the same company that does like Guild Ball, which I believe is maybe the first game they put out. And then they went on to do Dark Souls, the board game, the Resident Evil 2 board game, Devil May Cry, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Basically, it seems like they're designing the same game over and over, but it's fine. From Polygon.com, they report that the latest video game iteration... Oh, no, blah, 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 blah. There's something I was going to read here off.
Well, while you're looking for it, I can see how that system that they have in Dark Souls could really work for Monster Hunter, because it's one big thing that you're all going up against.
Right.
Yeah.
So like it makes sense that they just keep refining that system. Yeah. Hopefully they've refined it a little more, because Dark Souls is kind of mixed reviews.
Yeah. I always thought it did better than it did, but yeah, I just checked it out.
The board game?
A couple days ago. Yeah, the board game. I guess it didn't do so well. It still goes for a good amount.
But I have heard people say that the part where you're going up against the big bad is actually the best part of the game. So it's the
I thought
other
that was
stuff.
the whole part of the game. It's just going around and
No, you have to
and
still
fighting
go around and
bosses.
fight all these little dudes.
Yeah, like Dark Souls has a bunch of
okay.
trash mobs before you fight the crazy hard bosses.
So that's gonna. I bet it's gonna be the same way in Monster Hunter. You're gonna go fight some trash mobs, and
Well, here's what it says. It says players will agree to a multi-session expedition that lasts a certain amount of in-game time. They will have to spend the time wisely in order to reach their goals. You have a fixed number of campaign days. Hart explains. If you want to do an exploration mission to gain information about the next creature, that'll cost you a day. If you want to do some crafting, that'll cost you a day. If you want to go on a hunt, depending on the complexity, it might cost you 2 days, 4 days, 5 days, etc. You're kind of managing the time that you have available to you. And at the end of the campaign, players are free to start over fresh characters, or they can begin again, taking their hard-earned gear with them into more challenging encounters. So it
Sounds better.
It sounds pretty cool, yeah.
It sounds like you're just spending time to get stuff instead of fighting all these little dudes and being bored by that process.
Yeah.
You just
I think
spend
it's
your
gonna
time
be-
and go straight to the monster.
Right. Well, you can't probably go straight to the monster. I bet you're gonna have to, go get stuff, go get information.
Well, that's what I mean by spending time.
Well, when I was reading this before, it kind of seemed like Kingdom Death Monster. In Kingdom Death Monster, you have like a settlement phase where you do all your crafting and stuff.
Mhm.
Then you have like an exploration phase, which is literally like flipping over cards and reading choose your own adventure style stuff through a book. And then you go on the hunt where you actually put miniatures on a board and fight the one thing.
Okay.
That's how a whole game session works in Kingdom Death. I mean, obviously you keep doing that over and over and over, but that's like, 1 to 3 hours, depending on what you're, how far into the game you are. So I remember a part in this article where it talks about that same thing, where that's kind of like the breakdown of the, when you start the game and you play a session, that's kind of like the breakdown, which makes sense. They also say the game's in the $100 range. So they're going to include 4 monster types and a single biome with the base game, plus a comparable amount of weapons and equipment.
And that's where it starts at 100, and then you have to buy
This game.
There's going to be so many
exactly.
add-ons. Like,
Right.
that's what they do.
I don't know what they did with Dark Souls, but as long as they don't do the CMON garbage where they put a bunch of exclusive, like, did you see that Massive Darkness 2 campaign that's going on? They have like expansions that are Kickstarter exclusive.
Yeah, no, I did not, but I avoided it.
Cool mini stuff nowadays has expansion exclusive stuff.
Look, man, I like Cool Mini or not games. I usually like them and stuff, but bravo, this is doing well for you. I do not like you for it. This is the most garbage crap I've ever seen a company do. You can make all your money you want or whatever, but like games like Hate, that was completely a Kickstarter exclusive.
Right.
I'm not going to back Kickstarter games for hundreds of dollars, or maybe at that time I couldn't, but I would buy it later. Like I would actually, what, Hate?
I'm not going to buy a game called Hate.
Oh, it's BA though, dude. It's so fun. It actually reminds me of like a kind of like a Viking-ish version of Necromunda, where you have like this like gang of guys and then you just fight each other, but you can have permanent injuries and permanent deaths and stuff. So the game, I was really, really close to backing it, but I was just in a point in time where I was like, I'm not backing Kickstarters. And so that kind of crap is stupid. It's the flash in the pan kind of garbage that makes them a lot of money because they're capitalizing on the fact that people love miniatures so much.
Yeah.
Throw in a bunch of miniatures, get millions of dollars, and then you let this game go away. Like, whatever. You're all stupid. Like
that is how they work. But yeah, Massive Darkness, I avoided the whole Massive Darkness 2 because I've played Massive Darkness 1 and it bored me to tears.
Oh, did it? I heard,
to be fair, that's not my kind of game, but
I gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Still.
So I heard that they made some changes to Massive Darkness 1 because that's what people wanted. Maybe it was adding a campaign mode to it and it wasn't really meant for a campaign. Is that right?
I don't remember.
No, something along those lines.
All I remember is that other Kickstarter game that came out that literally ripped off Massive Darkness, and then people just destroyed it, and then the Kickstarter got canceled and everything.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the next thing on our list here, I'm going to post into the chat, which doesn't mean anything for you all at home, but I want to get your all's opinion on it if y'all click on that. There's this thing on Kickstarter called Token Sesame. Have you all heard of this?
No.
I have not.
Click on it now.
At first, I was like, oh, this is the dumbest thing ever. Then I start watching the video and seeing what you can do with it. I'm like, oh, man, I'm kind of interested. This is so basically there's this token thing that kind of looks like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a hexagonal shape, and they're different. They look like trapezoids, I guess, and you connect them together and it makes this trapezoidal circle. And you can put tokens in there, but it has like different
trapezoidal circle.
It's kind of modular too. It looks like
TM. I just trademarked that, and it's very modular. Yeah, you can take it apart. You can put it in different configurations. You can put it on like 1 and 2 levels and stuff, and it allows you to organize like all your components on the table and everything. It's not a token thing that you would keep in the box with one game. It's one that when you get the game out, you've put them in all the wells of all these token things, the Token Sesame pieces, compartments, and then you play the game. And when you're done, you take them out and put them back in the box, and you use that as an accessory to all games. It looks
and it's
awesome.
Got artwork on it.
Yeah, you can actually, there's like artist spotlights at the bottom. You can buy art plates to replace all the art with specific artists.
Yeah.
Whether it matches your game or not.
Well, I mean, it's very, not like generic, but it's themed. Like there's no specific theme. It's not like, you can buy like The Simpsons, or you can buy like, Blood Rage or anything like that. You just buy like generic medieval theme or like psychedelic theme.
Right. Or like a forest or meadow.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a bunch of them, but then they have like
ocean horses,
metal stands and all kinds of cool stuff. There's actually one that kind of, when you connect them into like that circular method, there's like a card thing that you can put in the middle, and you can have decks of cards in there that are angled. Like all these compartments are curved, so when you can easily swipe components out of it. I don't know, man. It sounds.
Oh, and you can make a hex shape out of it and put a pad in the middle, and then it's where you roll your dice.
Yeah.
So dice. What do you call those things? Like
a dice tray.
Tray. Yeah.
Eric, what were you saying?
It looked kind of cool, and then I looked at the price. And I was like, "Ooh, that's expensive for."
It is pricey. I think it's like what, $70.
Yeah, $69.
And that's before you do any add-ons. Although if you scroll down real far in the Kickstarter, it shows you what comes in the box, and it does come with quite a bit of trays and things like that. It's not like the add-ons are actually buying like the plates for the artwork and things like that. There's not like, I don't think you can buy add-ons to add more. Like you have to buy another set if you're going to add more stuff.
It's kind of like an infomercial. It's like no more reaching, and it has this image of a guy like
knocking everything over,
trying to reach across the table.
It is kind of funny. Anyway, I actually was pretty impressed with it. After I start looking at it and thinking about it, we got these like glass cups that we usually put components in.
Right.
That's the only criticism I'll have, is that the trays are black. And so unless you fill it, like if you put a small amount of tokens in one compartment, you're not going to be able to see that from a distance. That's why I like using like the glass cups that we have, because you can see through the cups no matter where you're at the table. So you know where the piles of tokens are. You don't have to be like, what's in this one? Oh, okay, that's health or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it'd be cool if they were like acrylic. Like if they had an acrylic version of this where everything's see-through.
Right.
But I mean, you would lose the art.
Kickstarter.
Yeah, right.
That comes with a fancy like bag to carry it around in. Like,
looks like it's $23 for the different art sets as well. I do like. I guess one of the designs is to have a Lazy Susan type of thing, which is nice. The
one where it has the handle at the top, you can grab it and move it.
Right.
Or you can spin it.
Twist it around. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, check it out. It's called Token Sesame. The Kickstarter is $70. The retail price, it looks like, is $100. So it's not like, I mean, it sounds like this is going to be coming to stores can't remember what they made before this. It said it on here, but I totally forgot. They their first Kickstarter was what was it? I don't remember, but it's not worth looking up. So we're gonna move on. Anyway,
they're unlocking stuff. They're unlocking like different colors of plastic. So maybe you could get a clear one if you write to them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Send them a message. Can you make that specifically for me?
Sure.
But I'm sure they would probably pull the audience if enough people said that would be cool.
It's cool. It's kind of an extravagance, but it's
that's kind of what I liked about it is that it's so like extravagant. I mean, it's $70, but I mean, you only have to buy one. It's not like it's replacing like bags for your components in a box. Since it's usable with any game.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to move on and talk about some games. But before then, if you want to learn some ways you can support the show, you can check out MeepleCore.com. Click that Humble Bundle partner link that's in orange. It will redirect you to HumbleBundle.com. If you're not familiar, they just have tons of bundles of digital games, digital apps, digital books, and comics where you pay what you want per tier to get a ton of stuff. There was recently a Pathfinder one that had like 30 Pathfinder PDFs, all their different books from their system for like $30. Plus you actually got a hard copy of the player's handbook. It's just crazy deals all the time. We get a small amount of a percentage of what you donate to it. Also, it helps support charities and the developers, whoever is on that bundle. So check that out. You can also go to patreon.com/MeepleCore if you want to donate to the show that way as well. So we got 3 games for you. We have Architects of the West Kingdom, Echos, the First Continent, and Tash-Kalar. So first up on this episode is Architects of the West Kingdom.
A 2018 game. It is designed by Shem Phillips and S.J. McDonald. The artist is Mihailo Dmitrievsky, and it's published by Garphill Games.
So I'm not going to go over all the rules for this game. It's a worker placement game that has a few unique things about it. I'm going to really focus on telling you about those, and then you just kind of assume the rest of it is worker placement. Anything that we want to talk about in, when we're talking about our thoughts, we'll bring up and kind of explain. But there's 3 things I think that's very unique about this game as far as explaining it. The first thing is all the worker spot places, anybody can put a guy there. In addition to that, you can put your own guy on top of your own guy. So not on top of him, but like if you wanted to go to the forest and get wood and you have a meeple there already, you can put another meeple there and it's going to give you escalating rewards. So it's going to give you wood per guy that is actually there. So if you put a third guy, you're going to get 3 wood. A fourth guy, you're going to get 4 wood, et cetera, et cetera. The second thing that is kind of unique and different about the worker placement stuff in this one is obviously if people are placing their meeples in a certain spot and getting tons of resources, you kind of want to stop that. The game builds something in for that where you can go to the town center, I believe it is, and you can essentially arrest those meeples and take them off the board and place them onto your board. And then later in a different action, you can deliver them to the guardhouse or the prison or whatever and get gold for each guy that you deliver that way. And the third unique thing I think that separates this one a little bit is the guild hall. The guild hall is essentially a way, at the beginning of the game, you get these cards that are buildings. Much like every other game, you're going around on these worker placement spots to get resources to actually build buildings. You can get more buildings in the game as you're playing it, but in order to actually build a building, you're going to place one of your meeples laying down on the guild hall spaces. And depending on the number of players, only some of those spaces are used. Obviously, it'll say like 3+ or 4+ or whatever the player count is. And once that whole track is filled, that triggers like the end game, and then you do scoring and things like that. Otherwise, the game is pretty simple as far as worker placement, like straightforward, I think, where all the different spaces just give you resources. So like the mines will give you either clay or it will give you gold, but it depends on how many meeples you have there. The quarry will give you stone. The forest will give you wood. The silversmith will give you money. There's things that will happen where when you get things, you'll get money, but some of it's taxed. So it actually goes to like the tax stand and people can go there and get money that way. You can always go to the guard house and there's multiple actions there. A really big one is to release your meeples that's gotten arrested or whatever. Obviously, I'm not, I don't know the storyline to this game. I did not read it. I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts on just the wordage and what's happening. Other than that, there's a black market and there's like 3 spaces for there. There's really good ways to get a lot of resources there, but once all 3 black market spaces are taken, those meeples will go to the guard house. There's a track much like it seems like all these, this series of games like the Paladins, and all that stuff where there's like what's it called? A prestige track, or is it like an honor track or something?
Influence, well, anyway, honor. I think it's honor in this one.
Honor, influence, one of the two.
Virtue.
Basically,
maybe virtue.
Yes,
something like that. Anything that sounds good, because the idea is
goodness.
As you get those purple banners, you're going to go up on this track, which will give you a lot of victory points if you're high up on it. But if you're too far up on it, you actually can't use the black market because you're too good of a person, basically. Other than that, I mean, is there anything else that you all would point out? There's really no need to go through a lot of it, because if you're familiar with worker placement, basically on your turn, you pick up a meeple, you place it somewhere, you get resources. Next turn, you pick up a meeple, you place it somewhere, you get resources. You pick up a meeple. I mean, that's basically like what you're doing the whole game.
Right.
Other than like the unique stuff that I was kind of talking about. So,
yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, we'll keep that short and sweet. We won't go too deep into those rules unless there's something we need to really explain as we're talking about our feelings and thoughts. And yeah, let's go ahead and start with that. George, do you want to give us a point or two?
Well, like you said, it's a very basic worker placement game at its core. It's sort of Lords of Waterdeep level of basic, or maybe Stone Age, because you can have multiple people at a certain spot. And then really, instead of a lot of these games where you put out all your people and then you have to make the decision to use a turn to collect them all at the same time, the way that this differentiates itself is if you've put out all your people and you have none left and it's your turn again, you can just capture all the people at a certain place and get those back, but you can't get all your people back.
Which most of the time it doesn't seem like we captured our own.
No.
We kind of were the police of the board state. If someone was getting too greedy or able to, get too much from a spot, then it was up to us as the other players to kind of make sure that they only got so much.
Yeah, sort of the ebb and flow there. Right. But like you said, you haven't read the story of the game, and I'll be honest, I haven't either, but when we were playing it, it made no sense to me. Like, aha, I found these people doing honest work. I will take them to jail. How dare they cut rocks? I mean, what is going on that you can just capture workers that are gaining resources for you and haul them
indefinitely until you were like, I need some money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring them in.
It says Architects of the West Kingdom is set at the end of the Carolingian Empire circa 850 AD. As royal architects, players compete to impress their king and maintain their noble status by constructing various landmarks throughout this newly appointed domain. Players collect things, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Will you remain virtuous or be found in the company of thieves and black marketers?
Well, I guess that explains it. That totally explains it, because we all know the Carolingian Empire, you could arrest people for cutting wood.
I will say, okay, look, we played this digitally on Tabletop Simulator, obviously because of the pandemic and everything keeping us apart. But when I zoomed in, I don't mean this in any bad way for the artist. When I zoomed in to these stick figures, they're pretty bad. I mean, they're really, really bad.
Usually his artwork is pretty good. The map wasn't as good.
The board art is actually, it's just flat out bad.
At head height, like if you're sitting there and the table is down, it looks great.
Yeah.
But on digital form, when you could pull out the magnifying glass and get really deep in, I mean, the guy that's near the forest, it looks like he's going to shotgun down the trees. It's like, it's not even an axe. It's just, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah. It looks like he's got a sawed off or something. And then there was another thing with the horse. The horse is a horror show. When you look at the horse really close, it looks like there's two guys
we'll call him
in a
Mr.
horse suit.
Longneck. It does look like, Rhett and Link put on the horse outfit. Had somebody riding on their back. But I mean, otherwise the art is pretty good. I mean, all the card art is nice and everything. We're just being funny about the stick figures that you barely see in normal life. But,
yeah.
But when you're playing it on tabletop, yeah.
And this is a very popular artist too, so
right.
Yeah. No, it's good art. It's good art. I'm just poking fun.
The card art
if you really zoom
good.
in, it's like, what? But one thing I do like about this game, and I like this typically no matter what game it is, but I love games where the cards have multiple uses. And all the cards in this do have multiple uses. I mean, you can get the I guess they're like civilians, or I don't know what they actually are, but you can go to the workshop basically and get helpers. And the helpers actually give you, I'm getting this. They only do one thing in this one. What's the other thing that does multiple things? I think we were playing with the expansion is what I'm forgetting.
Oh, okay. The cards up at the top of the board.
The cards up at the top of the board, which we'll leave those out for right now. That is the expansion. I forgot that we did play with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good.
Add some interest to it. Yeah, it made it less basic.
It did. Yeah. So what do you all think about the biggest thing, obviously, is the pile up of your guys on a certain spot?
No, I liked it. And I like it's a little bit a change from other worker placement games, whereas typically it's whoever is going to a spot first gets that action. Everybody else has to wait for next round, so this was pretty nice where we could all share until you got too greedy, and then I had to arrest you.
Which puts the players in an interesting position, because if somebody's doing real well and somebody's not doing real well, then who should go arrest him? You know what I mean? I mean, you do get money for going and turning them in, but was it worth your time? Because maybe you're doing things where you don't need as much money, like maybe your strategy that you're going through, you don't need as much as other players. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not going to arrest him. I don't need that much money.
Sure.
We didn't really get into that.
No,
I wasn't a big fan. I know it's the unique thing about the game and everything, and it does provide player interaction, which is sort of the thing that everyone's looking for, whether the game calls for it or not these days. But it was a negative interaction, and I didn't really enjoy it.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm on the fence of it. I do like the aspect of it happening.
Yeah,
because you're like,
here.
oh no,
no. You're not going to get more gold.
Right. But competitively, if you were to play this a bunch and wanted to be competitive at it, how, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're playing a 4-player competitive game, I don't know. That would be really awkward, because it's like, you go do it. No, you go do it. I don't know. It's a weird. It's cool. I don't think I'll ever play this game competitively, so it doesn't really matter to me.
I only play it competitively. But was that Grande Meeple in the base game, or was that expansion?
That's expansion. We're calling it Grande because that's what it's called in viticulture. It's a bigger Meeple that counts as 2.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of liked him as well. So go pick up whatever the expansion it was. I don't even know what it was. I think
it's called Viscount, or no, that's the. Well, there's only one expansion, so that's the one I played with.
Yeah, it's kind of vital. Get the expansion.
Yeah, the expansion did add some other things. It doesn't add enough to be like.
It's almost kind of like a
play
mini
with it first
expansion, really, or like 2 little mini expansions.
It was worth adding.
Right.
I do like how the game has this player-controlled ending to it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because like as it keeps going, you're like, people start building buildings, and the other people get freaked out, and it's like the stock market. People just start building their buildings, and then the game, is chugging towards the end because the players are controlling that timeline. And I thought that was kind of neat.
And you can push the pace. You can make it end early if you're having a bad time, and you can make it drag out.
Or if you're doing good and you want to end it quickly.
Right. It's usually going to be the case.
That is a good feature.
All right, well, sounds like George just kind of foreshadowed his final thoughts there. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. I think that I enjoyed we haven't talked about this on the podcast, but I think I enjoyed Paladins better.
Yeah, same here. I think this is one of the favorite of the series. I think it's going to be Paladins as well. But it was a nice time.
I think this is the favorite because people are just familiar and comfortable with worker placement.
The one I'm
just guessing.
I've heard this one compared with Raiders of the North Sea as well.
It's made by the same company, right?
Has the same artist.
I think that's the
Gotcha.
first of the series. Paladins is the second, and this is the third, I believe.
I think it's Paladins, Architects, and Viscounts.
Paladins
Or
first?
Vis-
No.
Vis-
That makes
What's it
sense.
called?
I think
Viscounts?
Raiders is a completely different series
Yeah, I think it's a different
is it?
series
with the
game
same
too.
artist, but different series.
Okay.
Very similar.
All right.
Iconography
on the
and
up
stuff,
and
too.
up in that.
Yeah, and also worker placement. So, there's similarities.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's some other things we could talk about. Like, I like how the black market worked. It's kind of a gamble because your guys are
Sure.
going to get arrested.
Yeah.
But, you do get a little bit of a head by choosing those spaces.
Right.
Or like there's a space you can go to build the cathedral, which is kind of cool because it has this bottlenecking race going on where like the bottom of the cathedral has more spots than the next layer, and the eventual layer is only one spot. So
Yep.
as you're racing up to the top, only so many people can get up there.
And that's a game
Yeah,
timer as well.
Pretty unique as
That
well.
is a game timer, yeah. So
That gave me
Well, good
something to
stuff.
do. It made me feel like I won the game because I
Because-
won the cathedral, but I
cathedral?
lost the game
Right.
by so much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start with you, George. What's your final thoughts on this one then?
It is perfectly fine. It is a bog standard worker placement with a few different kinds of mechanisms. And if you're into those, if you're really into worker placement, yeah, check it out.
Yeah, I agree. If you like worker placement games, I think you're going to have a fun time with it. It does bring in a couple mechanics that aren't really found frequently in other games, so definitely something to try out. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up myself at the moment. Maybe I'll try it again, and a second playthrough might bring in more strategies and more to it. But yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I have so many worker placements, it's really hard to buy a lot of the same games, but there's so much different about this one that I feel like I can have it on my shelf and not impede with my other favorite worker placements. I don't feel like, hey, you want to play worker placement? I play this and I feel deprived of playing one of my favorite worker placements just because they are quite different.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And I do like the art. I like the in-game mechanism. And I really like the fact that it doesn't have the same thing that other worker placements have where it's like first come, first serve to the different spaces.
Right.
Because no one is ever restricted. You could just go there anyway. And obviously you just want to keep going there because then you get better payouts, but then you become a big target for money. It's like your bounty goes on your head. So
Speaking of money,
yeah, it's good stuff.
again, the theme sort of falls apart. So you just go to the tax house and just take all the money. That's fantastic.
you rob the tax house, and that's why you get
you probably
negative
rob it.
virtue.
Yeah, because you go down two of those like virtue or whatever they are.
So you send
So you
your
become
people
more
to
of a
rob it,
criminal.
and then everyone who works for you is arrested because of their back taxes. It all makes
All right,
sense.
Well, we have played Paladins. We'll talk about that once soon. Actually, we probably should have played all three of them and just made that an episode, but whatever.
Ah.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of neat. We'll play the third one in the series as well. We'll get back to you, but other than that, I guess we're done unless there's anything else you guys want to mention.
I don't know. That's it.
No, I'm good.
Cool.
It's good.
All right, well, try it out. That is Architects of the West Kingdom. And next up, we have Ecos First Continent.
A 2019 game. The designer is John D. Clare. The artists are Sabrina Miramon and Matt Paquette, and it's published by Alderac Entertainment Group.
So in this game, players are going to be kind of collectively building the first continent in the middle of the table. And the way you're doing this is you have all these cards face up on the table in front of you, and each one of those will have different symbols. Much like games like Rise of Augustus or Bingo, one player is going to have a bag of these tiles, almost like runes or what are they, like ancient drawings kind of deal, like ancient artwork. If you're watching the video, it's behind
we
George right now.
gave it our own names.
We gave it our own names, but they actually have names like rock and stone and deer, animals, or whatever.
Right.
It's very
Sun.
prehistoric drawings, basically,
Right.
on these weird shaped tiles. One player is going to draw from the bag and announce what it is. Maybe they'll announce, leaf or, sun or whatever the symbol is. And if you have a card that has one of those symbols, you can cover it up with one of your energy tokens. Once and that's it. And then they'll draw another one from the bag. They'll do it again and again and again and again. There's different layouts of these tiles in the bag, and 2 of them are wilds. And if any one of those 2 are drawn, then you kind of end with that player. They put all the tiles back. They pass it to the next player, who becomes the first player, and they start drawing from the bag as well. At any time you fill up one of your cards, you yell Ecos, like bingo, and you get to do everything that's on the card from top down. And typically this is going to put land tiles into play on this first continent to kind of expand it out. You can put different animal tokens on the continent spaces as well. There's mountain, kind of like wooden meeples that you can put out, stuff like that. And all these tiles, or all these cards that you have, will also have scoring methods. Maybe it'll say put a desert tile out and then score points for all desert tiles in one specific area, like a contiguous mass of desert tiles. Or maybe put a lion tile out, or a lion token out, and then eat an adjacent animal, things like that. And you'll get points, and depending on the player count, you'll play to a specific threshold. And then once the thresholds met, I think you play to the end of the round, and then the game ends. And then that, obviously whoever's the most points at that point wins. Other than that, there's a couple of other things. If you don't want to put an energy token out, maybe you're trying for a specific card to finish it up, even though you have other cards that require that symbol that was yelled, you may not want to put it out there because you only have so many energy tokens. So instead of placing an energy, you have this card in front of you that can rotate. And as you rotate it, you'll get a special ability. Once you use that special ability, then it gets set back to the beginning. And the special abilities will give you more energy, or allow you to play a card from your hand, or draw a card from the top of one of these 2 different decks. It is worth noting also the rotation is the same with your cards that you have out in front of you too, because once you bingo or ecos one of the cards, that will rotate down as well. So each one only has so many charges that you can get out of it before it's actually discarded. And that's pretty much the game. I mean, there's not much else to it. It's a lot of figuring out when, what to put out and do the combos and search for cards that's going to help you out in your strategy. But yeah, so let's Eric, we started with George last time. Let's start with you. Give us a point or 2.
Sure, yeah. This one actually surprised me. I did end up liking it more than I thought I would. So at the beginning of the game, you have 2 different ways that you can get the cards that you start with. Those cards are either you get them predetermined, or how we did it, you can draft it. Drafting does take a little bit more time, or a decent amount of time actually for us, but I think it was worth it because it kind of lets you determine your own strategy. I didn't really look at the cards that are pre-configured, but I'm sure those are also leaning you to one type of kind of strategy. But like I said, drafting your own self, you kind of determine what's fun for you and what you want to kind of do with those cards. I had a good time. I'm not sure about what you guys thought about it, but I liked it.
I did love the idea of the drafting, although the drafting felt like it did take about the same as time as,
same
amount of time as the actual game.
15 minutes to draft it. Yeah, there was quite a few.
It was a lot of drafting.
Cards.
No, I mean, maybe if you played it a whole bunch, you would kind of...
Yeah, you kind of know what you want.
Yeah, but unlike other games where you draft cards, there's no... You look at it, and there's a lot of information on the card sometimes. Some of the cards are very simple, like just gain this symbol or get some points for this. But some of them have 3 or 4 lines of text and symbols, but it's not like the card has a title to it or an image that represents the card. You know what I mean? So you would have to draft a lot of times in this game to be like, oh, I like this card. Because there's some cards that are very similar, but maybe one of the abilities is shifted around or isn't, it does something slightly different. But the 2 cards at first glance look identical.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. I mean, it has a tiny little number at the bottom left, so you can look it up in the rule book or whatnot. But or maybe it's for the packets of cards that you give out if you're playing that way.
Yeah.
But you're not going to remember that card 61 is your favorite. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could. So
Yeah.
I did like the drafting.
I like the drafting, and I like the game. I've played it several times, and it's fun to put out, bits of continent and create a land mass and some water and maybe some islands and populate it with different kinds of animals. That's just fun to do. And bingo is fun. Bingo, everyone likes bingo.
I guess so.
So this is bingo with animals, and that's great. It has more to do for the player than I almost said Justinian. I meant Augustus. Rise of Augustus. That game. And
I will go as far as say is I haven't played Rise of Augustus for years now at this point, but I believe that I will buy this and replace that.
Yeah. Oh, I would. Yeah.
This game destroys that game, I think.
Yeah.
But to piggyback on what you said about the cards all looking the same and being sort of similar a lot of the time in what they do, that is terrible that they look the same. Like, you can do better, company that made this.
There's some stuff that is pretty.
There's no art on the cards. That's awful.
Well, they do put out tokens. Like if it's, you have a line that's going to show I believe it was a lion token on the card itself.
Well, yeah,
but this is a lion token. This one puts out a tree, and this one puts out a tree. And usually, a lot of times those kind of synergize together. This allows you to put out a tree and maybe get a little bit of victory points. This card lets you, put out a tree, and then it gives you a lot more victory points depending on, different scenarios.
Yeah, you can figure out a strategy based on, do I want to build my scoring engine around trees? Okay, I'm going to get a lot of tree cards. That's fine. But if you had a card that actually said what it was and why it had a name and it had, I don't know, kind of flavor or even
that
more
probably
art.
Made it a little bit better. More art, sure.
Well, the two things I think that would help with is obviously for the drafting. And the second part would be when you have literally, 6 to 8 cards out on the table in front of you, which is primarily text in very tiny symbols, other than like the giant mountain or the forest, it makes it really hard to glance.
Yes.
Even playing this game a second time or whatever, you have different cards.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to kind of get an idea. And if those get shifted around, you're all messed up, because I didn't really pay attention to, I like this card because I know what it looks like. It's like, I like this card because I know it's in the third spot on the table in front of me. And so I need to play this card,
Yes. And
that's kind of how I was associating it.
It's not that you're shifting them around in their position on the table in front of you. You have to rotate the card. That's part of the game. So then you've got text all flipped around in different ways. And if I'm trying to pay attention.
If it's your third time using it, you usually know what it does.
It's not a big problem. Like, you can obviously play the game. We all played the game. But if I want to look over at Tim's cards and know that he's about to send a lion to eat all my antelope, you know what I mean? Like, I need to know that.
Right. Like, I know what my cards do because, a third through the game, I'm used to it now.
Right.
But I'm not used to
everybody else's
George's cards as they start shifting around in circles and stuff. But it's really hard to glance and be like, hey, George, what's that card you almost finished?
Yeah. But if the top of the card had a picture of a lion eating an antelope, I could just glance over and be like, oh, that's a problem.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I wouldn't say it's minor because it was kind of bothersome, but it wasn't enough to keep me away from the game. I really enjoyed the game.
I mean, it might have been because of tabletop too. At tabletop, I could be like, "Oh, what's George is that card?" I just go zoom in on it.
You can just put your mouse over there and hold down Alt. It puts it in front of you with the right orientation and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's definitely easier on tabletop. I've played it in person, and the cards are that big. They're those little square cards,
Yeah. So across the table, even then on tabletop, sometimes I'm lazy and I lean back and I've just got one hand out with a mouse. And I don't feel like, doing all these crazy commands and stuff.
I don't want a mouse all the way over there.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is I might be leaning back, taking a drink, and I've got like my camera position to see the entire board. So it's more like mimicking real life. And I'm like, I can't read that stuff over there. It's, tiny little text. Whatever. But I will say that, I guess we could just pretty much go into final thoughts in some regard. But for me, this is a really enjoyable game. I really liked it. I feel like you could play this a bunch of times and go after a lot of different strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not a lot of different strategies. There's probably a handful of strategies in this game. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well,
but
yeah,
it also depends on how the board.
Involved on select cards, which actually I was going to go to that point in a little bit.
Go ahead.
There's some of these cards I do feel that are pretty powerful for once. For one, the lions, they allow you to get a lot of points, go eat all these animals, and you get like additional resources for every animal you eat.
Which is destroying other people's strategy because they put all those tokens out usually.
Potentially,
Possibly,
yes.
Right.
Carnivores are a way to get points. Don't let someone have all the carnivores.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I want the strategy, which I kept up with you pretty well, but I want the strategy of the
big, like
grasslands.
a big landmass.
And not a lot of people were messing with the landmass. Everybody else was doing a lot of animal stuff.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, well, great.
Yeah.
Not that there's a ton of cards, I don't think, that move land around as much so as there are cards that will take animals and eat other animals.
Right.
I think it's fairly equal, honestly. We didn't get very deep into the land deck in the game that we played. But there are lots of cards that do mess with the landscape.
Okay,
yeah.
So maybe I was the only one really focusing on that.
Yeah, I do think there's lots of strategies to the game, but it's a race. It's a race to get your engine going better than everyone else's.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like the luck isn't as bad as you would expect it to be because it's a bingo-style game.
That's going to be the big complaint that players have. And it's valid. There is a lot of luck in a bingo game.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
I think
if you go into this thinking that bingo doesn't have luck,
right.
Sure.
Well, also,
you got to know what to expect.
They give you plenty of ways to mitigate it. For one, if you decide not to, or you can't place one of your tokens, you get to rotate your card, which gives you benefits anyway. You can then allow you to put out more cards to allow you to use more, different resources. So there's quite a bit of mitigation.
Yes, and you do know from the bag what the ratio is.
Ratio is right.
All the different things
there's a lot more sun that there's whatever rocks or whatever.
Yeah, there's just a few deer, right, or whatever.
Right.
So you can, knowing that, you can plan your moves and get some cards that let you turn sunlight and water into deer somehow.
Sure. Right.
But they do it.
The weird thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel like there's more mitigation or ways to get around the luck of the draw in the bag than like Augustus had.
Sure.
Now, granted, I haven't played that for a few years, but still.
It's very true, yeah.
Because I don't remember anything happening if something gets called and you don't have anywhere to put. You know what I mean?
No.
Right.
In this game, it's like you don't want to put energy, or you can't put energy out, or even if you just don't want to, you get something from it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it allows you to rotate the thing, get more energy or get more cards. It's really cool. I really enjoy this game. And actually the fact that everybody's working against the same island, that first continent, really is kind of neat because you do have to pay attention to what other players are doing. So it also kind of mitigates the luck there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just like
simply because you can mess with them or do things to piggyback off of what they're doing.
So it's also up to you a lot of times, if someone's going with strategy and has a card that allows them to get a lot of victory points doing X, you can possibly get cards or have something that allows you to kind of mitigate those points, whether it move these animals around or move the landscape around or put out a different landscape to, break up something. So
yes. Yeah.
It does allow you to do that as well.
And that happened in our game. I had the lions up and running, and then Tim did a thing that just cut my lion pride in half and just ruined it. And then, I had to sort of rebuild.
I didn't mean to. I was just going after my strategy.
I was so annoyed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like destroy all the tokens on a specific tile and then put something out.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, if I do this, then it combines all this together. And then George is like, what are you doing?
And that'll happen. There's take that in the game. You got to be aware of that. Families, be ready for that. Yeah.
But I picked the right person because you end up winning anyway.
That's true. The Lions bounced back. They did.
Anyway, anything else that you want to point out or want to do final thoughts?
I will also say that the components in this was really well done as well. So the tiles are I guess they're tiles that you kind of draw
Different
out the bag.
thicknesses, yeah.
They're that too.
You're
The
talking about
tiles
those.
are different thicknesses, and that's those land tiles you're gonna kind of work together on this island. But the tiles that you draw out that you're placing on your certain cards, those tokens, I don't even know what they're called, wooden chunky bits. They're really nice, and they have a holder for all the animals, and so it's really well done.
Yeah. I think they're actually the tiles that you pull out of the bingo bag are
right.
Aren't they like dice?
They're Bakelite. They're like
I thought they were just wooden.
No,
and not.
No, they're made out of the same stuff that Hive tiles are made out of.
Right, like the same stuff that dice are made out of, right?
It's Bakelite.
Like a
Bakelite
plastic.
is yeah.
They're nice.
Yeah,
you get the point. They're chunky and, and nice.
Yeah,
they're the
not
kind
just,
that you would want.
They could have just made it out of chipboard tokens, but they are big hefty tiles.
Yes, and what's really cool is on your turn when you actually get to draw out of the bag. It's very exciting, even though it matters nothing. You know,
right? Yeah.
Just because I'm drawing out of the bag, all that means is I'm the first player.
Right.
If I call Ecos at the same time that somebody else does.
Yeah.
But as you're drawing, you're like, yes, I'm going to keep going.
Right.
I felt like I just went forever, and that was an accomplishment in itself, even though it did nothing for me because it benefits everybody at the same time.
Right.
But it was super fun to do.
It is enjoyable, yeah.
Of course, drawing stuff out of the bag is just my stick. So.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, for me, just to kind of wrap this one up, final thoughts. I'm buying it. I really enjoyed it. I will probably end up. I don't typically get rid of games, but I have such a full basement of games now. It's like I don't know what 800 and something. I mean, I have over 1,000 games on Board Game Geek, but if you kill out all the expansions and things like that, it's 8 shelves. So gotta scale down a little bit, but. Augustus is always a game that I thought I would pull out with like new players and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun a few times when players haven't played it, but I never felt like I wanted to go back to it with the same group.
Right.
This, I feel like I can play over and over.
Yeah.
I really enjoy this.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
is a step up. It's a step up from Rise of Augustus. It's a bit more gamery. You know, there's more to it.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
It's not as much of a family game, but I don't think it's beyond families to play.
No, definitely.
No, yeah.
Even just because it gives you that option to, hey, here's these decks of cards that you can start out with, so you don't even have to worry about drafting and thinking about a synergizing a strategy. So
Much shorter game that way too.
right.
Yeah, and you can have the game as short as you like. You could just adjust the number of victory points that you're going for.
You could, yeah. Eric, any other final thoughts?
No, I liked it. I do have my own copy and decided to play it online on tabletop before kind of deciding if that's going to be a keeper for me or not. So at this moment, yeah, definitely a keeper.
Sweet. Well, if you change your mind, you know where to sell it.
Yeah, gotta get home.
Yeah. George, what about you? Anything else?
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to seek this one out myself. It's good.
Cool. Well, that is Ecos, the First Continent. And the final game on this episode we're talking about is Tash-Kalar, Arena of Legends.
This is a 2013 game. It's designed by Vladia Chvadl. The artist is David Cochard, and it's published by Czech Games Edition.
In Tash-Kalar, players are going to have a faction deck that they can either draw randomly or decide before game or whatever you want to do. There's also a faction deck that is like mirror match. So it's like the same faction deck, but it's like blue and red or something that you can play against each other. Otherwise, all the other factions are kind of a color theme. Like there's a blue deck and a green deck and yellow deck. And they have like the whole faction behind it. Like one's, from the Snowland and blah, blah, blah story. Anyway, if you want to read about story, wrong podcast. In this podcast, we're going straight to the rules. So you have this like chess-like board in front of you. So picture a bunch of squares, but instead of having a gridded pattern like a chessboard, you kind of have the center 9 spaces or like a darkened area, and then randomly splotted around the map are these green and red tile squares. Those will come in handy when we're talking about like the goal cards that you collect at the end of your turn. So simple game. On your turn, you have 2 actions other than the first turn of the game. Your 2 actions, or one of your actions, can be to take one of your little pieces. So each faction has its color-coded pieces to it. There's like a normal piece, it's called common piece. You have an upgraded piece, and you have a legendary piece. One action is to take a common piece, place it on any unoccupied square on the board. Another action would be to take one of your cards from your hands and play it. These cards have a pattern to them that says maybe you need a common piece in a plus format on the board, like multiple common pieces in like a plus formation. And then this specific spot that's outlined in white will get upgraded to an upgraded piece. And then maybe you'll kill one adjacent enemy piece of that upgraded piece. There's it's kind of weird unless you just look at one of the cards. So if you're watching the video, awesome. For instance, they are kind of thematic. One is a gun tower, and it requires you to have 4 common pieces in a square. And then on top of that square, there's a spot where the gun tower upgraded piece will go, and then it's going to shoot either left or right. And the rules basically says it will kill the first 2 pieces in that direction. So these cards are patterns that you just have to set up for. On top of that, off to the side of the board, you're going to have these 3 goal cards, and there's one that is kind of like going to come up next. You can't accomplish that one right now, but there's 3 goal cards that you can always go for. You can only claim one, I believe, on your turn, if you meet it. And some of them will say like, maybe kill 3 enemy units. One of them has to be upgraded, or maybe control multiple green spaces. But some of them have to have your upgraded pieces. It can't just be all commons. Maybe one of them will be like, have a contiguous line from the left to the right side of the map. Things like that. So at the end of your turn, you're going to do your 2 actions. Then you're going to see if you can complete a goal card, and then it's going to be your opponent's turn. In this game, if you get really beat up and you have less pieces on the board, you also have these things called flares, which will have 2 different special abilities based on if you have a big deficit of common units or a big deficit of upgraded units than your opponents. Then you get to actually do, like, it's a free card, the flare is. So it's not one of your 2 actions, it's an addition to. And that kind of helps you catch up. And lastly, there's these legendary cards that you'll have that have a crazy pattern to accomplish, and it does a crazy powerful thing. In addition to that, having a legendary piece on the board gives you a victory point. And the whole point of the game is to get it's 9, I think, to get 9 victory points. Yeah, and then
there's different ways to play. I think we usually play the high form routes, or
it's probably like the standard.
It's a standard two versus 2.
Yeah.
Or 1 versus 1.
Or
1v1,
1v1, yeah.
Where you're playing for the objectives in the high form, yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, so a legendary piece will give you a point, and then those goals that you accomplish will give you points, or I guess they're called tasks, I think is the actual name. Mm-hmm. And once you get the 9 points or whatever, I think there's one more round, and then you win. So...
or somebody wins.
Somebody wins out of those 2. But I guess the other player can usually possibly get ahead, Eric. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I thought I had one of the games that we played like set in stone, and then Eric comes through and gets like a ton of points for some reason, which was pretty cool. There is a 2v2 format to this game, and I think even a free for all.
Yeah, so you could play 3 players in the free for all, or 4 players, or you could do the 2v2. Yeah.
Personally, I have only played this game 1v1 a bunch of times. So
yeah, same here.
I don't know if
I wouldn't be the 2v2. Against playing at 3 or 4.
Yeah, I have played it, and I've always had a good time with this game. This game works no matter how you're playing it. All
right, well, let's do this. Let's start off. Let's just assume we're talking about 1v1, because I think that's probably the most commonly played thing to this game. And then you can tell us a little bit about the rest of the other formats with multiplayers. I guess I'll start on this one since you guys started each on the other ones. I really like this game. It is purely an abstract kind of game. Mm-hmm. But what I really like about it is as you start looking at these cards and the patterns they require, you start to see why the pattern is in its, like I had one that was a polar bear, and it just looked like a polar bear, like the pattern. And then the front part, it's its head, and its ability, it kind of charges forward. I'm like, that's awesome. And the gun tower we're talking about, you kind of make a tower.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's interesting how there's these patterns that actually reflect the theme of the card.
Right. So much thought
And
has gone
the
into
faction
it.
decks have so much theme to them.
Yes.
So what was that?
The faction decks themselves have like so much theme to them. They have their own, obviously their own like special abilities and things they do. Like the I can't remember what the actual name of them are called. They put the frosty, snow people, like with the polar bear.
Everfrost. I think.
Everfrost. Yes. They have this ability called like a thaw. Oh, what's it called? You can freeze a card and then thaw it out, which kind of gives you an extra action basically. And it's just really cool. I like how each faction deck kind of plays a little bit differently, but they're not hard to play.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and the green faction, I can't remember what it's called, but it swarms the board, like it grows, really easily.
Yeah. That's cool stuff. Eric, give us a point or two.
Yeah, so initially breaking out this game, I was a little disappointed. Looking at the box, I thought there was a different type of game. I didn't know a lot about it when I was going to bust it out. So that said, it was a surprise for me, and I did end up liking it quite a bit. Like I said, just look at the front of the box. You're not thinking abstract game. You're thinking some, I don't know, cool area control game or something. I don't know, miniatures,
dungeon crawl, even.
Yeah, don't think that going in. It's definitely an abstract game, but for an abstract game, it is really fun. And like you said, you're looking at all these combinations and trying to not really play the board in a way to gain. I don't know, like a lot of games, you want to kind of dominate the field, and in this game, you kind of want to dominate the field as well. But it's more important going for the objectives. So I can't really think of another game that's kind of like it.
I think you're also going for those combos because if you're spending action just putting tiles out, like putting guys out, it's better if you spend your whole turn playing cards.
Oh yeah,
like getting. Doing all this cool stuff, especially if you're like, I play this card, which will spawn this guy, and I can move this guy and kill one of my enemy's guys. Mm-hmm. And then if I kill one, I get to move again. And now I'm in a position to play that next card. That kind of stuff right there just makes you feel like a mastermind.
Right.
Like your head just explodes. Like, oh my, I just did the craziest thing.
The spatial possibilities in this game, the spatial puzzle is fantastic because you're not bound to your orientation to the board. You can rotate those cards and still make them take effect.
Actually, I was going to say that is a little bit better in real life than it is playing on like BGA, because BGA is you can't rotate the card. So you kind of have to rotate it in your head and then move it all around.
Yeah,
so in real life, it is nice. You get to kind of move it around the card, and it makes life a lot easier and playing it easier. But
yeah,
it's still doable for sure.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, Board Game Arena, this game is on there. We've also played it on Tabletop Simulator, and I think it does work a little better on Tabletop Simulator because you can kind of move around and stuff. And whereas BGA, you're right, it's just kind of a static set thing. You're like, how do I turn this around? You gotta take a picture with your phone and flip it upside down.
Yeah, I would say this game, I wouldn't even call it an abstract, because to me the theme with all these factions really does come to life, and you have so many cards, and you don't really have that in an abstract game very often. And the way that you're playing the cards and manipulating the pieces, it has theme to it. You're these wizards in an arena having a combat, like almost like throwing Pokemon balls out. And then when you get them in certain places, they erupt into this certain creature and it does a thing. And then they become lifeless and inanimate again until you do something else to summon your magical energy. Like, I can really connect with the theme of the game, and it doesn't even feel like an abstract to me.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's fair. About the only abstract thing is that you're putting circular discs on a chessboard.
Right.
But everything else, it is really like, I mean, if the units were actually miniatures, the game would be expensive. But if the units were actually miniatures, then it wouldn't feel like an abstract at all.
Oh yeah, it would be a totally different game. Well, in this game, for those that don't know, like, you are casting a specific type of monster or humanoid or whatever it is. And they're doing, you're summoning something and it's going to do something, and then it turns into a normal piece. Well, you put down a normal piece, in your head, it's this big bear, it just did something. But but you're just putting out, upgraded piece.
Right.
So
yeah, it could be a rock.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing about the game is it's really tactical.
Yes.
You have your hand of cards and you think you have a plan, and then all of a sudden the other person does this thing which just rearranges what you're going for, and you have to think on your feet, and it's so thinky. In a good way, in the best way. It's one of these games that just shows, Vladia can do no wrong. He can do this kind of game, and he can also do dungeon pets. Like the guy has Space Alert and Bunny Moose Moose. There's just
Pictomania.
There's so he's in every genre.
It's so different. Yes.
Yeah. And like so many of his other offerings, this one is brilliant.
I will say in the first couple of plays that I played this game, the legendary cards felt impossible. But now that I've played it a plethora of times, a lot of times, those are, they're still hard to do, but knowing what to kind of expect now, I can pull them off almost every game.
It's a good feeling.
And it's so fun. So fun.
You could pull them off even in games that you don't end up winning. It's not like whoever gets to the legendary card first is going to win.
Yeah,
right.
they're powerful, but they're not like amazing.
They're not super powerful or anything, right?
Yeah, you don't have to pull them off to win the game.
Definitely not.
If you're playing, if you had two people that were equally skilled, maybe the legendaries would matter more. Right. But for the most part, the legendaries, I've won so many times with actually not even playing it that it's not a big deal.
Yeah. So,
because sometimes they just do, I don't know. Sometimes the ability is like, okay.
That wasn't very legendary.
Yeah. Like maybe if my opponent was playing like an idiot and piling all his guys in one little area
or one line. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, depending on the setup and what the board state looks like, some legendaries are either going to do really well or they're not going to really do anything, but they did give you this legendary piece that comes out. That's harder to get rid of.
Yeah.
Really hard to get rid of, and it gives you a point. So they're worth casting no matter what.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. The way that the game can turn, where you think you're losing, and then you get this massive boost from the flare cards, it almost makes the other player kind of be wary of trying to beat you down too badly. Because you're just giving them a chance to come back.
You get it every round as well until that you're within range where you don't get no any more flare cards.
Yeah,
right. Because if you're beating up,
every round it gives you that little bit, a little bit of catch up every round.
And a lot of times that kind of rubber banding mechanism is annoying and not a good thing in games where you feel like you're being punished for doing too well. But in this one, I feel like it keeps the other player in the game and allows them to keep competing at the same level of thought and engagement that the game demands. It's a really good thing in this game. It keeps, both players having the same level of enjoyment.
Right.
Right. And the other thing is, if you're focusing on just destroying their pieces and you have a lot of guys, you're not getting anywhere unless you're actually setting up combos to be able to win those task cards.
Yeah.
Because if you're not getting the task cards from what you're doing, everything you just did was kind of pointless.
Yeah. At the end of the game, you could have all, a lot more armies out, but it's not going to win you the game if you don't do specific things to complete the task.
And the game typically doesn't end this way, but another way it can end is if you run out of cards too.
Right.
So you don't want to just burn through and do silly things. You really need to, because in the last couple of rounds, they can get a few points ahead of you. Bam, game's over, they win.
Yep.
So it's brilliant. I really, really like this game. I will pick up a copy of this.
Yeah.
So, George, tell us about your multiplayer experience.
Well,
since we haven't done that.
It's been a long time since I've played the multiplayer, sadly. But when I did, it was with 3 players. I did the deathmatch mode, where there can be some sort of feeling of king making, but it's sort of like you're swinging back and forth between, going after one person, going after the other. Yeah. And so it just makes that tactical puzzle that much more interesting, I thought. Then the 2-player teams, it's essentially, the same as a 1v1, except, you have to sort of, work with your other player and make sure that you're
not getting in their way.
You're not getting in their way. Yeah, exactly. Like, as much as other people can get in your way, it's even more frustrating when your own dude gets in your way.
Right, because you're like, dude, I needed that spot so I can cast this guy. That's pretty cool. I guess the board might get a little bit more cluttered that way, too.
The board is in flux all the time. It's not an issue. It's not a problem in the game.
Because somebody can play one card and kill like 5 or 6 tokens at a time.
Yeah, that's
pretty big.
Things can flip. Things can flip for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Does BGA actually have 2v2? We should try that out, Eric.
Yeah,
that'd be
great. Fun. Yeah, we should try it if they do.
All right. Well, let's. Oh, you know what? I have one other question for George. Simply because I've only really been playing the base factions. Have you played all the factions or?
No, I own all the factions, but I haven't played all of them. There's so much game in this box that I haven't even gotten to all the different factions. Like there's the Nether Void faction, and so when you play with them, I believe you put out these gems on the board that are almost like teleport spots or something. I don't even know. I haven't played with them. So yeah, but there's demons. There's
that's the faction I think I originally got when Eric and I first played it on board game on Tabletop Simulator, and we couldn't figure out what their mechanism was.
Yeah, they all have their own little rules, which is why I haven't actually gotten into all the others. It's so much easier to just be like, okay, I know this faction, let's play.
Right?
Yeah. Are you Northern?
Yeah. There's so much game in the box. When it first came out, I got it when it was new, and it was like a $70 game from Z-Man.
Oh man.
Yeah. And for what you get in the box, you get a bunch of cards, but you just get a flat board and a bunch of tokens that all kind of look the same. There were a lot of people that were upset about that. I never was, because I enjoyed the game that much. But then they actually made good on it by coming out with an upgrade pack with slightly better quality tokens and a slightly better quality board, so that you felt like...
I found the pictures of that.
Yeah. So you felt like your $70 was maybe worth it a little bit more. But honestly, the gameplay is worth the $70. I don't think it costs that much these days, but there was kind of a flap when it first came out. But I never felt like it was any kind of a ripoff, because the gameplay was that... As a puzzle game, as a tactical game, this is probably my favorite one.
Funny little story about this one. Before I had actually played the game, which was maybe, I think not last summer, but the summer before, Eric and I went to this local board game shop. They have like a Saturday gaming thing, and they have this big table full of board games, and they randomly draw your name. Like did a raffle throughout the day. And if your name got drawn, you can go up to the table and pick something.
Wow.
The person before I went came back with Tash-Kalar. And I was like, that looks pretty cool. And then I went and got something. Anyway, fast forward until I played this game a few times. I'm like, I was one person away from picking this game.
Right. Do you remember what you picked up?
Eric, do you remember what I picked up?
No, I don't.
I actually don't remember what I picked up. I'll have to look that up.
Wow.
Or if I went through my games, I would remember. But no, I don't remember offhand.
What a deal, though. That's so nice that they did that.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's a buy-in. What is it, like $10 for the day?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, $10, you get to go there, play a ton of games.
Yeah.
And, you get to access their library of games, which at the time, I don't think we were even playing Tabletop Simulator. So they had like a large amount of games that we didn't have.
Right.
And so $10 was like, whatever.
Right. And you get a game if you get lucky.
I'll play this on Tabletop. If I like it, I'll buy it.
Right.
So, all right. Well, just to kind of end this one without going too far into the time, Eric, you have any final thoughts to say?
No, I think it's well made. I think there's a lot of gameplay, like you said, in the box. definitely worth picking up. There are, I think, 2 mini expansions to it that adds a little bit more or different factions.
Yeah.
So definitely looking forward to giving those a try out. But yeah, one of my favorite abstract games.
George?
Yes, one of my top games. Love it.
Fair enough. I'll be buying this one as well. If you want to play us on Board Game Arena, just follow us on Twitter and check us out on Facebook and things like that, and just send us a message. Anyway, that is Tash-Kalar Arena of Legends. Normally, we save our top 5 for the last topic of each episode, but in this case, we're doing it before our other topic, which is a surprise. So check that out if you're watching the videos. Otherwise, you'll hear about it here soon, obviously. We are going to go through our top 5 metal games. This is a very ambiguous title because it meant whatever we wanted it to mean. First off, let's just give some context. Episodes ago, we did our top 5 plastic components and like wooden components and things like that. And George was like, are we going to do metal? Are we going to do metal components? Are we going to do metal components? For like, I don't know, a decade of episodes.
It became a joke. It became an in-joke. Like I would just say it every time.
Yeah, every time in our little chat, I was like, what do you want to do for a top 5, next episode? Things like that. Metal games. So I'm like, all right, whatever, metal games. We'll do it. Unfortunately, I personally cannot name 5 games that have metal components. Without just naming 5 games that have metal coins.
Right. Yeah.
So my top 5 is actually top 5 metal games, like /M/ meaning, like, devil horns, like metal as in like, heavy metal and stuff.
Nice.
So it's going to be a slightly different list, I think, than Eric's. Eric, what did you do?
Well, I did it correctly, and I did it 5 games, and this was kind of a hard list for me because really there's not a lot of metal in a lot of games, but I did 5 games that have metal in them.
Okay. George?
Very cool. We'll see if we have any of that are the same, because I went with 5 games that have metal in them.
All right.
But I'm looking forward to Tim's list.
Dude, this is going to be funny. No, the only games I could think of is, like, there's this...
Oh, don't talk about it.
No, they could be on our list.
Okay.
Yeah, after the fact.
Okay. All right, we'll start with my number 5.
All right.
Metal game. And that's Gorus Maximus. I mean, first off, listen to that name.
No, it's good.
Right, it's a phenomenal name for a game. It just sounds like a band name, first off. Like some kind of... I mean, even though it's like Roman, but it sounds like medieval, just, and the game has like blood over every card.
It has a lot of blood.
Oh, it's got so much blood. It's such a metal game. The artwork is really whimsical and fun, but it's like everyone's dying blood, on every card. So it's just a very cool theme and name and everything. So,
and a good game.
So it's so metal.
Yeah. All right.
It is a good game. Yes, I agree.
Am I going to go next on top 5? On number 5?
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of go back in time, and these are games that are the granddaddy of putting metal in games, and that's why I kind of put them on here. And it's going to be, I kind of joined them together too. It's Clue and Monopoly. They both have metal pieces in the game. Yeah, and it's kind of surprising that those games have these metal components, but games nowadays kind of went away from that. And it might be because of cost or something else. I don't know. But, Clue has those metal weapons. Obviously, Monopoly has the metal movers that you go around with. So, that's why I made it on my top 5 or number 5.
The thimble. I
was going to say, what's your piece?
I put that
what's
on my finger
mover?
on top. Oh, yeah, thimble.
Bonus answer. What's your number 1 Monopoly classic Monopoly piece?
It's the dog.
The dog.
Eric?
Maybe was there a train?
I think so.
Maybe in a later one.
On a copy that I played, there was a train. I thought
like an old-fashioned, like a steam train, like.
Yeah, steam train. Right.
Yeah. Yes. Mine was the cannon.
I forgot about the cannon.
Like the
old school cannon.
The old school wrist-looking cannon.
Right.
Yeah.
No, mine was the Scotty dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that. Everybody else I played with always took the cannon. And so I always got something like the boot.
The boot.
The boot's like the stupidest piece to get. That's when you know you're going to lose.
Yeah, you're going to get the boot.
Just out of hate.
You're not going to.
Right,
you're not playing a good game, and you got the boot.
Right.
Yeah, and I got the boot. Really?
All right. So my number 5 for the metal game, I had to go with the first game that really came out and put metal components in a game in a big way. And for me, that was Euphoria.
Oh, yes. I like Euphoria.
Euphoria, they were the first game.
I remember those pieces.
That came out with like gold that felt like gold, like it was heavy. Those little pieces, those were fantastic. And then there was the stone as well, but the gold pieces as a metal were that was just, top of the line components for the day.
I'm actually looking for, actually it's kind of weird. I'm actually looking for a gold something like that to maybe upgrade some other, like Zulkin or Marco Polo.
Yeah, well, you can
metal
get
components or just gold balls.
Like Stegmaier Games or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah, Stegmaier Games has that whole upgrade kit
I don't
for
want
like
the whole
scythe and
upgrade
stuff.
kit. I just want the gold.
Eric, if you dust off that 3D printer.
I don't want 3D printed gold. I want like heavy metal gold. I guess I could 3D print it and paint it and shine it up and put rocks in it or something to make it heavy. That's too much work.
My number 4 metal game is Gwar in Time, the deck building game. Now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually played this. So I'm just going to instead tell you the fun story that that we had when we went to Gen Con and Gwar was there, which was so surprising, because if you're not familiar with Gwar, picture like the band Kiss where they're in costume and stuff, but these guys look like demons and different crazy outfits and stuff. They make all their costumes themselves. They're very metal. Like when you talk about it's so metal.
They look way more like demons than Kiss does.
No, they're actual demons. I mean, like they're not like satanic demons, but they look like they're from some kind of hellish landscape, right? They were at Gen Con. They were releasing their deck building game, and 2 of the members are apparently very big board gamers. And they, obviously they were the ones driving the Gwar board game. The Gwar actually has like a fun storyline behind it, and they actually had, I think, multiple movies. I know of at least one. I think they have 2 or 3. Anyway, they were doing like a little, if you buy the game, they'll sign it and take pictures with you. So if you look online, you'll see some of those pictures on our Instagram and stuff. But man, it's so fun. And looking through all the art, it's very metal and like cool and everything. Reading the rules, it's mostly just a deck builder with like a slight variance. I haven't actually got it to the tables. I don't really know, but it made it to the list just because it's Gwar. So that's my number 4.
All right. Number 4 for me is if you want to play a game and get a little workout, you play Crossfire. It has all these little metal balls in it. Your little finger will get so worn out. You start sweating. You're going for 15 minutes and then one scored a point. So if you haven't played this, I think Toys R Us or something brought it back. They originally printed it back in, I don't know, probably the 80s.
Oh yeah,
but,
the 80s for sure. Yeah.
Now you can actually get it in Target because obviously Toys R Us is gone. They don't have that exclusive Toys R Us symbol on it anymore. I got limited edition Crossfire only at Toys R Us now. So
they have all these metal balls. You just kind of scoop them up and put them into your little Crossfire gun, and you just go to town and try to get this little spinny thing to go into your opponent's score area.
Nice. Cool. All right, my number 4 metal game. It's not that kind of metal, but it's sort of the opposite of that. It's the Enchanted Tower. It's a kid's game in which you have a sorcerer and a character named Robin who are going around on top of this tower, and you're trying to get these metal keys. You're trying to get a metal key that's hidden underneath in a hole in the tower, and there's pieces on top of it, so you can't tell where it is. It's a race to get it. When you do, you get to try it in one of the 6 sides of the tower and maybe release the princess. She'll pop out of it. It's the stupidest concept. It's just a silly kids game, but oh my gosh, is it fun. There's 2 dice that you roll to determine where you can move to and how far. And you're bluffing because one person is the sorcerer. He's hidden the key. He knows exactly where it is. But if he starts going straight to it, he's going to lead the other player to it. So it's just this bluffing deduction kind of game. And it's for kids. So dumb. So much fun. Enchanted Tower.
That's always the best one if it's dumb but fun.
Yeah, it's a kid's game that you know, the adult playing is going to have a good time too.
Sweet. My number 3 metal game, not metal component, is Dead Man's Cabal. This is a recent title. This was released last year by Pandasaurus Games. First off, you have all these cool like skulls that you're collecting and stuff, and the board looks really cool. The artwork on the actual cards, I'm not really thrilled about, but one of the main boards actually kind of looks like a pentagram, which it's not a pentagram, but if you just glance at it, it does look like one. And you're like, whoa, this game's kind of evil. I mean, even the box art has this giant black and white kind of box art, and it has a big skull with like a crown on it that's tilted. It's pretty metal. I mean, there's bones and skulls everywhere. That's most of the components in the game is bones and skulls. So
yeah, I haven't played it. The art does look good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks really cool. So I don't know. I don't know if you have it up, but are you looking at the actual the cards art, not the actual boards?
No, I don't have it up right now. I've seen it before, and I thought the box and the pictures I've seen look pretty good, but I don't know about the actual card art. No. Yeah,
the actual card have like these like humans that are like sketched and stuff. It's kind of meh, but the rest of the game looks great. So
cool. Number 3 for me is a game called Metal. It came out in 2019. It's not something I have. Just ran by it actually. So the game's made entirely of metal, made out of solid zinc, aluminum, and steel. There's basically like 6 separate games that you can play with all these components. A lot of them are like classic lawn games, like croquet or pokeball. And
oh wow,
yeah, so it looked pretty interesting. And if you want some
bocce,
not bokey, I guess bocce ball.
Yeah, bocce ball.
But yeah, this sounds interesting.
Dude, I remember this Kickstarter, and I almost kickstarted it simply because of the concept
and the name. Yeah.
And the name, metal.
And the name. Because they're talking about they want to do, like plastic, and they want to leather.
Oh, really?
They want to actually... I absolutely do not see this happening. As much as it sounds cool, I do not believe that this is going to happen.
It must have been an expensive game to have it all made out of metal like that.
Was it, like 30? Did you look it up again, Eric?
It wasn't
like
that
30
expensive,
or 40.
yeah.
It wasn't that bad, but it's real small. I mean,
it's a small game.
Like a 6-inch box.
Right.
Oh, so you're playing like tiny croquet.
Right.
Yeah, tiny. Like even the box was metal.
Yeah, the whole thing's metal.
Everything in the game, I think the only thing that was not metal was the instructions. Every other piece was metal. Actually, it should have been a metal sheet.
Yes, exactly. Now, someone has a new copy on BGG for $25.
All right.
I mean, it's going to probably cost you $25 to ship it.
Oh, it's not even that heavy because it's like aluminums and stuff. Like it's pretty light.
Interesting concept.
Yeah. There's some steel in there.
It's by Lay Waste Games. It was, let's see, I brought up the Kickstarter, $35.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
So
no, it's not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't
I was
too
thinking
bad.
it was like regular size croquet plus a bunch of other games.
Oh.
It comes in a suitcase.
Right. A metal suitcase.
You bring your forklift.
Yeah. The shipping would be nuts. They have to ship it freight. So they bring it out on a pallet in front of your yard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, Jordan.
All right, so my number 3 is also a children's game for the most part, but it's great for adults, and it's called Klondike. And in Klondike, you have this big metal pan, and all these little gold and black gold balls, the marbles, and then black and gray stones that you don't want. And then you're going to take some, you're going to put them in the pan, and then you're going to pan for gold by rolling them around in a circle until they fall off the pan, but you only want the non-valuable ones to fall out. So it's this tricky dexterity game, ton of fun. You have cards that you play in order to determine how many pieces you're actually going to try to end up with, and people are going to bet on whether or not you can do it. That's great. Klondike.
That's nice.
Big old metal pan is the biggest piece of the game.
My number 2 is, just because I want to put it on all kinds of lists, Kingdom Death Monster. I mean, first off, Kingdom Death just sounds like a metal band in general.
Tim's list of
I mean,
games that would be a good metal band name.
I did that list. Do you remember that?
It's been a while.
So on the Dice Tower, I did a top 10 games that had metal band names or something, or top 10 games that would make good metal or good bands, which was really funny because, I mean, go watch it. It's really funny. But at one point, the honorable mention, I did Millennial Blades, and I was like, it could be like a a band like Mumford and Sons, like a coffee kind of rock. And then I was like, oh, wait. No. Oh, it says Millennium Blades. Sorry, my bad. I'm a stand-up comic. Well, anyway, Kingdom Death Monster, obviously the name, everything's black, which is great. It's like black on black. It has a lot of really crazy artwork.
The art is astonishing.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I love metal. I'm not a big fan of metal artwork when it's very demonic. Like, I don't mind like demons and stuff and like crazy stuff. I don't like satanic, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, if it's so like, you were oppressed as a child by your religious parents. Like, I don't like that kind of stuff, but
it's almost cliche. I do it's almost the same stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like super cliche. Yeah. And that's what I like about Kingdom Death Monster, because you look and it's like you're walking on, at first you think you're walking on the ground that's all skulls, but it's actually like these clay faces and stuff. Like stuff like that. Like, it's just so subtle that it kind of tiptoes on that cliche, but it's really not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's great stuff. It's pretty metal of
That's
a game.
Good pick.
And it's like brutal and oh man.
It needs a soundtrack.
That would be crazy.
All right, number 2 for me is a game that came out in 1972. It is Waterworks. So in this game, you have these little metal wrenches. And
monkey wrenches or whatever.
Yeah, they're so awesome.
Pipe wrenches.
Yeah, pipe wrenches. Yeah, basically on this game, you're trying to and make your faucet run from basically the source to like a spigot, and you have these little metal wrenches that you start the game with. So I always thought those were really cool. I actually still have my copy of the game, just haven't busted it out in many years. But
yeah, I bet we probably played that in 2013, 2014, maybe.
Yeah.
And what did you think?
It's been a while.
I didn't think it was that bad at the time. It might still hold up. I'm not sure. I wouldn't mind busting it out.
We've played a lot of games since then.
Cool. All right. So my number 2 is a game called Avanti. And this is a game in which you are you're playing a rock band. No, you're not. You're groupies following a rock band.
That is slightly different.
Yeah. So you're trying to go around this board and follow this rock band as they go on tour, and you're trying to make money along the way so you can, I guess keep buying their merch. And the way that you do it is you have these metal cars that are these incredible car pieces. They're solid and they're detailed and they're all different. And the game is just very sort of family weight. Play a card to move, but if you land on the same space as somebody else, then you get to move again. That kind of thing. It's like just a fun, enjoyable, very light family game with really cool car pieces that are metal.
Oh, yeah, they look awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. So honorable mention, y'all have one?
Yes.
I do.
Yay?
Kinda. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I've got one. I've never played it. I looked at it. I debated on putting it on this list, but it doesn't hit that mark for me. It's a game called Cave Evil. And this is a game that George had told me about once before. I don't know nothing about the game, honestly. The artwork looks like very underground independent death metal artwork because it's all black and white sketched out.
Yeah.
You know, like they paid an artist to like design the art, but then they didn't pay an artist to color it. So in the metal scene, you see this a lot with like underground bands or independent artists that are death metal specifically or deathcore. They have this kind of artwork.
Yeah.
And just looking at the box, you could definitely tell that I'm surprised that Cave Evil isn't written like it looks like a, big pile of sticks. Like a lot of death metal logos look like.
No, it actually is.
So,
it is. If you look at it,
it's all
like sharpened bones.
Oh, sharpened bones. But I mean, you can still read it.
Well, yes.
Have you ever looked at death metal bands? Like, you can't read that stuff. I saw a really funny meme that says, please enter the word that you see. And it's just a death metal logo.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah.
That's some good capture right there.
Yeah, the Cave Evil group, like the people who make that one, they're really out there. They actually made some music videos to go along with that game to advertise.
Oh yeah, I remember you showing me that.
I mean, they're kind of insane, and they've got music, and they've got wizards,
kind of like acting and stuff
fighting
too, right?
monsters underground.
Right,
it's nuts.
It looks wild though. Check it out. It's Cave Evil.
We have to play that one.
Yeah,
we should. You own it, right?
I do own it. I've never played it. Yeah, it's just never, the opportunity has never arisen, and never felt that evil, I guess. And then, with COVID and everything, it's rough.
Right.
But that's a good pick for sure.
Cool. So honorable mention for me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, take my spot.
I was.
It's basically general metal coins, whether that be Yokohama or Rising Sun. Actually, I just ended up picking up a set of the Scythe coins. So I do really enjoy adding metal coins in the
game. You
game.
don't even have Scythe.
I don't, but those coins can be put into a lot of other games, kind of to take out and use these metal coins instead of the cardboard coins or whatever type of coins that are in different games. So
I don't mind metal coins.
Mm-hmm.
The only game I actually wish I had metal coins is Spartacus.
Oh right, see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like that would be, I would love to have a cool Roman bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Roman bowl. A Roman bowl.
Yeah.
And then just fill it up with the coins, the metal coins.
Oh man, that's funny.
And then
that's one of the few games where I do have the metal coins for it.
Oh, do you?
I don't know if they came with it or if I just added it to the game, but I have these tons of little like golden coins. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, golden.
They're like flattened. They look really rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day, they didn't make like the coins that we have now.
Right.
Yeah,
they were kind of.
No, these are cool. These are absolutely cool coins, and it's for Spartacus. That's funny that you say that.
Oh.
Yeah. So I wonder if you did this. There's actually websites out there where you can buy like 100 Roman coins, like actual Roman coins.
Oh.
They're terrible quality, and you got to clean them off and stuff because they just got dirt all over them and everything.
Yeah, you should do that.
Because apparently they found these things by the thousands.
Man.
Huh.
So you can actually have Roman coins. I don't know if I'd like that because they are kind of like different shades of metals and stuff. But I wouldn't mind. Plus, my hands would smell weird after.
Yeah, there's third parties that make different board game coins that you can get.
Yeah, or There's actually like sites that make replica coins for events and things. Like if you have
for events, maybe. I think if you just get like a replica coin, you're paying a couple of dollars or $5 or something each. That might be cost prohibitive, but there is companies that make like metal generic or not even really generic coins. They make them for this coin set's good for Asian type of games. Whether it be in Japan or wherever else.
Yeah.
Or these are fantasy coins or these are old Roman type of coins.
Yeah, various sets.
For a while there, I think there was like 27 Kickstarters in 1 year for different coins.
It was big. It was a big thing.
Yeah.
How disappointing would it be though if you went out and you were just somewhere in Europe and you found this cache of coins and you thought, oh my God, I'm rich.
I'm rich.
And then they're like, no, those are Roman coins. We have 1 million of those.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That would be crushing.
All right.
Speaking of coins, there's a Kickstarter that recently finished, and the coins for that Kickstarter are some of the craziest I've ever seen. They're each uniquely shaped, but they're like 3 colors worked into the metal for the Merchants of the Dark Road Kickstarter. Did you see the coins for that?
No.
No, but that's like, it's called soft enamel, I think.
Yeah. It's not metal?
Yeah, it's not, the coin is metal. And I haven't seen this, so I'm just guessing. But typically that what you're talking about, it's called soft enamel. So what they do is it's like a 3D printer or like a printer, and it has all the coins laid out, and it goes and prints in the creases with enamel the color.
Okay, yeah, because they're pretty colorful. They're astonishing looking.
Because they probably look like those metal pins that you put on your shirt. Like if you buy like a pin.
They look pretty crisp though.
Like, yeah, what's it called?
Merchants of the Dark Road.
Yeah, it has some really nice components. I like those resin lanterns.
Right?
Oh, wow, this game looked great. This looks like a pretty metal game, actually. But George, go ahead and give us a...
All right, well, funny enough, my what is it, honorable mention is also a coin, because it is for Lucky's Misadventures, which is a deck building game that came out. And the game itself is all about you're lost in this odd world and you have to find your way out, and you have to build your way out with inventions that are these kind of like steampunk metal kind of things anyway. But then the game itself as a Kickstarter shipped with a single huge metal coin. On the coin is the Great Mechanical Toad, which that's pretty metal.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That's a big chunky gear. It looks cool.
The coin is a gear shape, and it's got this big metal toad on it. You have to feed the toad in the game. It's fun. That's my honorable mention.
Man, not to derail us too much, there's a game that I had that I brought over kind of before the pandemic thing, but it had a giant metal coin. Do you remember that? It's a game. Oh, what's it called? Blackthorn or something?
Oh yeah, like wasn't like Black Rose something or other.
Council of Blackthorn.
Okay, yeah.
I guess the
right.
There's like either a start player marker or something like that.
Single
but the Kickstarter
gigantic coin. Yeah.
It was like thick and chunky. I mean, that thing was heavy.
Right. That's the same idea as this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what reminded me of it. My number one, and if you just look this game up and look at the box art, you might get it confused for a cover of a metal album, and that's Tainted Grail.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just look this thing up. First off, the artwork is amazing in this game. Yeah. It's very... the Tainted Grail is like King Arthur in like Taint the Grail, and everybody's real evil looking. I don't know the actual story or what's going on in the game, but if you just look at the characters, they're very just... Oh man, I have to look at these miniatures because they're metal.
Yeah, they really are.
They just look metal.
The art is not as good as Wingspan, supposedly.
Apparently. We're never gonna live that down. Or let that be lived down.
It's not as innovative, is the thing.
Right.
It's not as innovative. Yeah. Wingspan has it's a dice game. I mean, like, dude.
They took the Arthurian legend.
Card game.
They took the art from the Arthurian legends, and they sort of gave it this very dark Celtic, feel. It's really cool. I agree with you.
Mm.
Oh man. I mean, just if you look at that album, I'm just going to do,
it's called an album.
Search. Yeah. Well, no, here's what you can kind of do. Like if you right click an image, you can search Google for it. Yeah. And I just wanted to see if it confused it for like a band or something. Cause it definitely just seems like it would. I mean, there's too much Tainted Grail coverage for it to really get, swapped around.
Right.
But if you start looking up metal bands, like power metal or some mostly like death metal bands and stuff, some of these bands, they have this art. Yeah. I mean, this is the cover of their albums. I have multiple like this. Dude, it's good stuff. It is,
yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, artwork is awesome.
That's a good shout.
Eric, go for your number one.
Number one is Brass Birmingham, and it has metal in it because there's these poker chips, and they're
They're metal?
They're made out of clay. They're called iron. What is it called now? I put it on here. They're iron clays. So basically, they have they're iron clays. They have supposedly, I guess, metal inside the poker chips. And give it a little bit more heft.
Huh.
And awesome game and has some metal in the game. So
wow, I gotta hand it to you. You got a really dry Euro out as your top metal game. That's a challenge. Good job.
Yeah. It also has iron in the game that you use as one of the components. That's not made out of metal in the game.
I mean, it's even called brass. So yeah.
And it is called brass.
So stupid.
Yeah. Triple hit it.
Nice.
Real quick about Tainted Grail. I also forgot to mention that Tainted Grail is also a phenomenal band name. But look up, if you guys look up this, if you're at home, like listen to the actual podcast, just type this in later. There's a band called At the Throne of Judgment. They came out back in, I don't know, 06, 07, 08, something like that. Look, they have a CD cover. It's called The Arcanum Order.
It's called the what?
It's called The Arcanum Order.
Oh.
It's the band name is At the Throne of Judgment. If you just type it in and go to image search, it's like the third, not their bluish CD cover, but the reddish CD cover. And then just compare that with Tainted Grail. Like you get the feel right there. I mean, it looks like it. I mean, just take the Tainted Grail cover and just put it At the Throne of Judgment. You know what I mean? It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Maybe if you play all the way through Tainted Grail, that's where you end up.
Right.
At the Throne of Judgment. Oh, man.
Then you just play their album at the very end.
But not to derail Eric's. I like brass as well.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot all the components, though. It's been so long since we've
He's really stretching.
There's iron. And basically use the money is the poker chips.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the poker chips. They were really nice.
Yeah.
All right. So let's finish this off here. My number one metal game actually is pretty metal in its presentation. And it also has metal in it. It is The Faceless. And it has the metal in the compass and the metal in the magnets. And it's got these creepy, like, metal monsters and, demons running around trying to get these kids. Good stuff. Love this game.
Oh, yeah. I like it a lot.
Yeah. So, real quick before we go to our final topic, as we were talking and you guys actually started talking about different games, I came up with a close top 5 actual metal component games.
Hey.
No.
Because apparently, as I looked through my list of games and looked at my shelves and stuff, I don't remember what has metal in it. And then as y'all started talking and stuff, and you kind of prompted the last one with the magnets, because there's a game called Vampires of the Night.
Okay.
You don't necessarily think of the metal when you're talking about it because it's encased in a plastic wand. Have you played this game?
Is this the one where you have the garlic that you move around, or is it the one?
Yeah, you push the vampire with reverse polarity, and it moves him around and knocks these discs off. You don't want to knock them off into the holes. You want to knock them off the side of the board.
But the discs represent like garlic or something. Yeah,
Garlic,
yeah. This is a good one. Yeah.
It's a good game. Yeah. And so that has magnets and stuff. And then I thought Battle Ball, because it has the elusive zinc football in it that everyone steals at a Goodwill.
Always missing.
Yeah. And then when you're all talking about some metal coins and stuff, I thought about Pogs, because those slammers were metal, and those were my favorite thing to collect.
Oh, yeah.
That was so great. The game was terrible, but I mean, taking this Pog, it's all metal, you're like smack and knocking everything over. And then Eric said Crossfire. I don't even know how I forgot about that. And then the game Dragoon, which is it's an okay. I mean, we haven't actually played it. I think we kind of demoed it, but all the components are really chunky metal pieces and stuff. It's the same company, I think, that made the game Metal that you were talking about. And then lastly, I was like, dude, every miniature game, right? So I just put War Machine because why not?
That's what I thought he was going to put down there. Yeah.
Pewter miniatures.
Right.
I can make a top 5 metal miniatures list by itself.
And we could not, probably. Eric
Well,
could probably.
I got a lot of money invested in this shelf that I'm looking at.
Yeah. A lot of time with all the painting too.
Yeah. The only problem is that's literally the 5 games I could think of. So I didn't feel like that was a good list. And some of those I thought of as we were talking. So I'm glad I did the metal band.
Yeah, it's a fun list.
Yeah.
You should trust
All right, you
me.
guys ready for the final?
Trust me on these lists some more often is what I'm saying.
All right, fair enough. If he bothers me for many episodes in a row, I guess we'll just do it. All right, we're going to move on to the final topic of this episode. All right, so for the final topic, this is kind of a surprise, at least for the others. We're going to play a game that I literally found on clearance at Kroger. It's a small little game called Over Under.
Oh boy.
This is a Gamewright game. You know, at first I got it. It's a trivia game. Okay. So it's trivia, but it's trivia in the form of wits and wagers where you don't have to be right. So here's how it works. I don't know if it's going to be a good game in general, but it might be fun on the podcast. There's a whole box of cards. There's like, I don't know. It says 200 cards. Each one has 3 questions. Okay. The only thing that's going to make this kind of difficult is that I have to read off all the questions, even for you guys. Okay. But the answers are on the back, so obviously I can't see them. So there's 3 questions, just like Wits and Wagers. It's going to ask you a question that is a number, and we have to decide, unlike Wits and Wagers where you do all this bidding and stuff, what's going to happen is, say I read this question off. Let's do a little test round here. Approximately how many M&Ms are sold every day in America? Oh my God. Now, here's the catch. Whoever's reading the question is the one that can possibly win or lose the card, as I dropped it on the ground. The other players have to work together to come up with a number. So you and Eric, you and George are going to come up with a number you think approximately how many M&Ms are sold every day in America. And then I have to decide if you are over or under or spot on. If I get it right,
it's not going to be spot on.
yeah, definitely not.
Well, I mean, I guess it could be if it's like, in what year was blah, blah,
right,
blah.
Or if I worked for M&M. Yeah.
Right.
Well, this one's kind of like a crazy number, but if it was like a smaller number or like years, like what year was the microwave invented? Maybe you know. I
do.
You know what I mean? Oh, see, don't, if it comes up. Really oh, okay. If I get it right, then I keep the card. If I get it wrong, I lose the card. If I say spot on and I get it right, I take another
I'm guessing
turn.
1957 though.
It's not even on this card.
Because they came out like.
Type it up, Eric. Type it up.
They come out to the general public like way after they're actually invented.
57. I'm thinking like
my
early
family
70s
bought one. No,
or maybe late 60s.
My family bought one in like 73 or something.
That's called a radiation chamber.
Let's see. He invented Percy Spencer invented the microwave. It was first sold in 1946.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
See what I mean?
Fair enough. All right, so yeah, I'll start. I'll have to read the questions off. When it's Eric's turn, I'll have to read it off for him, and then me and George will decide or whatever. But we pretty much go. It says pull out a stack of cards and play until the stack is completed.
Okay, but wait. Okay. We have to do the M&M one. We've already read the M&M question.
Oh, yeah. We're going to learn this. So that's my question. Approximately how many M&Ms are sold every day in America? You all decide.
In America.
Yeah.
It's just sold, so it doesn't have to be eaten.
No, they don't have to be eaten. No.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with, I don't know, maybe like 700
packs
million.
Of M&Ms or M&Ms individually?
I was going to say 8 million. What, did you say 700 million?
Yeah. Yes.
I was going to say 8 million. We'll go in between.
Let's go with 200 million.
Like 200 million. 350. Oh, 200? Okay.
Yeah, 200 million.
I'll go up from 8. 200 million is a lot.
All right, so what's your all final thing?
I guess we're going to go with 200.
200 mil.
And you just have to say if we're over or under. That's it?
It says every day.
Oh.
We eat a lot of M&Ms.
Or so. I mean, that's fine. If y'all want to say it, I'm going to say you're over.
All right.
All right, here we go. I'm saying you're over.
We're
It's too
probably
hot. Here we
way
go.
over, yeah.
The answer is
8.
What? 200 million? That is so stupid. I can't get it close enough. It actually says 200 million. I should have said spot on.
That's right. I tricked you. I just had to zone
Good
George
job.
in.
Good job, Eric.
That is so ridiculous. That's never going to happen.
I feel like I win.
Yeah. All right, we're done with this game. It's just one card. We're done. No. All right. So obviously I lose the card, and now it's Eric's turn.
All right.
Oh.
That's ridiculous. 200 million. All right, Eric, here is your question. What is the average distance from the surface to the center of the earth in miles? So this is George and I have to decide a number, and Eric decides if we are over or under, or apparently spot on. So the distance, what is the average distance? How is it an average? There's only one. I guess
mountains,
different parts of the
yeah.
earth.
Yeah, valleys.
What is
mountains.
the average distance from the surface to the center of the earth in miles?
Yeah.
Obviously, no Googling. Any of
No,
this.
obviously not. Well, what do you think? Is it like, I don't know, 1,000?
I don't know. I mean, like the U.S. is what, like 3,000 miles across or something ish. So I'm gonna say 3,000.
So 3,000 straight down to the center.
Yeah, or maybe even more than that. Maybe 4,000. What are you thinking? He doesn't like this answer.
Well, let's
that's
go
ridiculous.
with, I think you're probably right. It's higher than what I said. So let's do 3,500.
All right, Eric, 3,500.
You guys are so over.
We're over.
Over.
All right, your final answer.
Yes.
Here we go.
You
What
guys
is
are
the
over.
average?
Is that?
Yeah, we know that.
You're over. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You're saying what we are,
Yeah.
right? What is the average distance from the surface to the center of the earth in miles? 3,959 miles.
Man, I
Oh,
talked you out of it.
Yeah,
said
you
4,000.
said 4,000. I've been right.
Man, we're good at this trivia stuff. We need to play Wits and Wagers
Wait,
more.
Eric,
Apparently.
you did not win that card.
I know. But
Okay.
you should have kept 4,000, and then I would have won.
I saved us.
Right.
Tim.
Oh, it's good stuff. All right, George. How many square feet are in an acre? Oh, this is between me and Eric. Eric, you might actually know this.
Yeah, right?
Somewhat.
Square feet, like 2,700. Oh man,
Really? I mean, I think I have like a half acre, and it's like, I don't know, 100 by 30 or something feet. An acre. So 100 by...
Well, I
100 by
should know this. I do acreage all the time. I forgot what I even said.
like 2,700.
Which is spot on.
That's
No,
right.
I'm kidding.
So let's just say like 200 feet by 60 feet. What's that?
Can
200 times
can I use a
60.
calculator?
That would be 1,200.
Alexa, what is 200 times 60?
1,200.
200 times 60 is 12,000.
12,000, sorry.
Oh, there we go.
I'm trying to mess you guys
All
up.
right, so Eric, I'm saying 12,000.
12,700.
All right, 12,700 is our final answer. George, are we over or
Oh,
are we
man,
under?
you're under.
We're under. So 12,700 feet. How many square feet are in an acre? 43,560.
That's my card.
All right, so George has a
Yes.
card. I'm going to put him out here. George has the first point. He is the one that's on the scoreboard. Eric, my math is terrible. Not only is it terrible, it made no sense. I guess I got to remeasure this.
Yeah.
All right, here's my card. How tall is One World Trade Center in New York in feet? When did this come out?
Right?
It's negative.
It's like- 0.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean, it's not mean. It's serious. The actual stuff is called Ground Zero.
Man.
Copyright 2014. I mean, whatever.
It's not called Ground Zero because it's zero high. It's
it's at the bottom of the...
because that's where, anyway.
Yeah.
It's the center of it. It's zero away from where it was hit.
All right, so you two got to decide. How tall is one World Trade Center in New York?
Well, I mean, I knew what 2 was, but 1?
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, do you know anything about it? Like how many floors? Was it like 100 floors?
No, it's more than 100.
More than 100 floors?
Sure.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I could be wrong. We were doing so good on the first couple of cards. Now it's going down.
1,700 feet.
1,700 feet. So
that's at my butt.
He's making up stuff. That's what he's saying. George, you agree with that? Or?
Oh yeah, tell me. Let's see. How many floors do you think?
I'll agree with that. Let's go with that. Tim doesn't know. It's fine.
Oh, man, that's too much. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah.
The more you talk, the more it devolves information.
1,700.
Yeah, let's do it.
1,700
He's got
feet.
like a 50,
so how tall is
here.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It depends. I mean, because y'all got
it's probably like 1734.
How tall is one World Trade Center in New York in feet? I'm going to say, you said 1,700 feet?
1734. It kind of rings to me.
Man, yeah. I'm going to say you're all probably really close, but I'm going to say you're a little over. I think you're a little over. I'm going to say over.
Okay.
All right. So how tall is one World Trade Center in New York in feet? 1776.
Oh my God.
That's right.
Oh man. You are technically a little under.
That was good, Eric. Dang.
Yeah, thanks. Square foot.
All right, Eric, all right, so from now on, I'm just going to be like, y'all right.
Yeah.
It is 50-50 for me. Dang it. All right, this one's for Eric. How many pounds of corn does the average American consume in a year? All right, George. How many pounds of corn the average American? I mean, there's a lot of corn.
There's a lot of corn out there, but is it consumed by
there's like cornstarch
people?
There's corn syrup.
A lot of corn goes to animals too,
That's true.
So
how many pounds, man? How many pounds?
Well, if a person is 150 pounds, let's say.
They eat body weight. Corn every
they probably
15 days.
They probably eat like 10 times their body weight in a year. It was in a year, right?
Wow. I'm thinking like 30 to 50 pounds.
That's it?
That's of one food item. I mean, there's more food.
All right, let's
I mean, we can go a little higher, but I'm thinking like 30 to 50-ish.
Let's say 100.
All right, Eric.
You're going to go 100?
100 pounds of food. The question was, how many pounds of corn, of corn specifically. So the question was, how many pounds of corn does the average American consume in a year? And we say 100.
I'm going to say less than 100. Oh, you guys are over.
Are we under? We are over. The answer is...
I'm going to say like 70.
25.
Oh my gosh.
Or 25.
I thought we eat a lot more than that. My bad.
I mean, Eric wins the card.
You got it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
you were way closer, Tim.
Yeah.
All right. George, question for you. At what speed are particles expelled from a human nose when sneezing in miles per hour?
Well, I know the answer, so we'll see if you guys do.
I do too. Around 80.
Oh, really? Okay. I was thinking like 100.
It's like 80s, 85, 86.
All right. We want to go with 80 or 86?
Let's go with 86 to make it really weird.
86.
Okay, you guys are incredibly under. It's like 200.
I was thinking like 160, yeah. But
right, well,
Tim sounded like he knew what he was talking about. So,
well, here's the thing. I have said this quoted many times. So if I'm wrong, my entire random knowledge has been wrong many times.
So you're saying we're under,
the
right?
question.
You're under because it's 200.
I'm going to reiterate it. So at what speed are particles expelled from a human nose when sneezing in miles per hour? We say 86. Are we over or are we under?
You are under.
He already said we're under.
I know. I'm just doing this for game show effect. Here we go. The answer is 104 miles per hour. I've been wrong many times in my life.
Me too, because I thought it was way more than that.
Yeah. But you still get the card.
I still get the card.
Yeah, he does. All right, here's my card. How many milligrams of caffeine are there in 1 cup of regular coffee?
Oh.
Debate.
1 cup of regular coffee. Okay. So 200.
26? Whoa. Okay. One of us is close and one of us is not. I don't think it's 200 though.
You don't?
I think it's like 26 to like 30 something. Right? You think it's 200?
Yeah.
I mean, oh. Are you like, how much is it in like a big Red Bull?
Like 200, probably.
But the coffee does not equal one big Red Bull.
There's a logic.
But coffee's
probably like
coffee's got more than Red Bull. Coffee's got more than Red Bull.
No, Red Bull probably has like 4 times. There's a reason why you drink Red Bull, not because of the taste.
Coffee's like the pure thing, though.
No. Red Bull is like the pure thing. So I would say like 1/4 of a Red Bull, which would be about 50 then.
What if I said a Red Bull has 800?
So you really want to go with 200?
I do.
Is that what you're saying? All right. I'll go with your 200.
All right. So you going with 200?
Sure.
All right. The question was, how many milligrams of caffeine are there in 1 cup of regular coffee? You guys say 200. I say you're grossly over, and I agree with Eric. I think it's like 55. Oh. The answer is 95 milligrams. Shoot. I get a card.
So a Red Bull is like double a coffee.
Because my Monster
Does
energy
a Red
drinks
Bull
have
200?
like,
I don't know,
150 something.
Yeah.
It doesn't. He didn't even know. He just shooting. All right. I think the strategy is to get to close to the number so that it makes it hard to say is it over or under. If you're like 1 million, you're like, okay, you're a fool. All right, this one's for Eric. What was the population of North Dakota in 2008?
6.
Good one. 6. We got to come up with this answer, George.
Okay.
North Dakota.
Population of North
in
Dakota.
2008 specifically.
Specifically 2008. This game was published in 2014, but apparently 2008 was the year. So maybe this was a migration year or something. I don't know. This sounds bad, but what's the capital of North Dakota?
I don't know.
Alexa, what's the capital of North Dakota?
North Dakota's capital is Bismarck.
Does that help us?
All right, so
yeah, does that
I don't know. I've never heard of it, so let's assume that it's below a million.
It's pretty small. It's way below a million.
And the rest of the state has 1 million. So let's say maybe 2 million. Solid
that seems
logic.
like a high number for North Dakota. But maybe I'm not giving it enough credit.
I don't know. It's probably 2 to 5 million.
Well, no, Indiana has 5 million. Yeah.
Does it really? Oh yeah. No, it's 1.5.
Yeah.
It might even be lower than that. What do you want to go with?
1.2 million.
All right. Eric, the question is, what was the population of North Dakota specifically in 2008? We say 1.2 million. What do you think we are?
I think you're grossly under.
Grossly
Grossly
under.
Really? You think
All right.
Bismarck's a really big place, do you?
Not just Bismarck,
It's
but the whole state.
It's happening. Here we go. 641,481
Like I said.
was the population.
No,
Never
you did not
mind.
get that card.
No, I guess I did. Wow. I think Louisville has more people than the state of North Dakota.
Really?
I think we have over 1 million.
Yeah.
Over 1 million in Louisville?
Yeah.
Well, because you count the Louisville metro
Man.
area.
Uh,
Alexa, what's the population of Louisville, Kentucky?
602,000
Oh, it's close.
in 2011.
As of 2017, the population of Louisville, Kentucky is 621,000 people.
Okay, so we have enough. We could
19,000 more in that
go
period
to
of time.
North Dakota and spread out.
I know, especially because North Dakota is at least twice as big as Kentucky. It's just a giant rectangle,
Nothing,
right?
Yeah.
It's big. Well, actually,
All right, so-
it says the metro on Google. It says the metro population is 1,265,000.
That's what I thought. I knew it was above 1 million if you count the metro
Yeah.
area. But yeah, the actual Louisville
City.
is much
Center,
smaller
I guess,
yeah.
area. Yeah. All right, George, here we go. This one's for you. The first spacecraft carrying humans to circle the Earth was Sputnik 1.
True.
How long did it take to go around the world?
Okay. Wow. Okay.
I mean, I guess how long in what? Days?
Minutes, hours, anything. This is George.
I
I think it took.
This is like a trick question. Like,
yeah, let's
what
do a
even
different one.
direction was it going? I don't even know.
Well, because I don't like ones that say like, how long did it take? Well, I mean,
Well,
in minutes, hours,
I don't have to
seconds,
answer it. You guys have to answer
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
months.
right. We
Yeah, but if we
determined
say
that.
27 months, okay, I guess
Right.
we can.
Oh, you
drop
should
it.
definitely
Yeah,
say
yeah.
27
All right.
months.
Right. No, I think it was
How long did it take to go around the world? Circle the Earth.
18
Well, it didn't take 80 days.
hours or something. I don't know. It was pretty fast. I think.
That's true. I might
I mean,
even
is it
say.
going with the
Tw- tw-
rotation
tw-
or against it? You
20.
have to factor
It
that
doesn't
in.
matter.
I don't know. I don't know. We're not gonna Alexa that one.
Well,
Sorry,
oh, what?
I'm not sure.
She didn't know. Anyway,
Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
to circle the Earth, right? So it would be less than that. Less,
I'm gonna say 3 hours.
right?
Because it was
3
probably
hours?
hauling it.
I want to say it was hauling
3 hours.
that fast. Maybe like 8 hours. I'll say
8 hours.
And you said what? 3?
Let's say 6. Let's say 6.
6.5.
All right. We just negotiated. That's how we know.
Right.
All right, George,
Yeah.
your question was the first spaceship carrying humans to circle the Earth was Sputnik 1. How long did it take to go around the world? We say 6.5 hours. Are we over or
jeez.
under?
I'm just going to, say one. I'm going to go with, you guys are under.
All right, here we go. Flipping the card. Boom. 96.2
Whoa.
minutes.
That's fast.
That's like a bullet. What you say we were under?
I was
He
wrong.
said, yeah, he was wrong.
All right.
Oh my God.
That's
That's super fast.
All right, we got about 7 to 10 minutes left. So hopefully this isn't boring to people listening to this and it's entertaining.
They're enjoying
This
our
card's
failures.
for Tim. Yeah. All right, question. How many calories are in a pound of boiled potatoes? What?
Pound.
How many calories are in a pound of boiled potatoes? Discuss.
Well, okay.
Oh,
so,
this is for Tim?
yeah.
Well, it's just boiled, so it doesn't have, butter or anything, sour cream. So it's not like a baked potato.
Right. It's not,
Just say,
it's not much.
Yeah. So I think like 180.
How many potatoes are you figuring in a pound?
A pound. One big
One big potato?
pound of potato.
What does it matter if it's like 20
Right,
potatoes or one big pound potato?
I just want
20 of
to know. I
those.
just want to know your math. What's your math?
20 of those little bitty potatoes. I mean, what were you thinking?
I mean, 180 though. That seems low to me.
All right. So what were we thinking? Maybe we could compromise down to.
But you're right. It's
between
just
us.
one. It's just there's nothing on it. It's
plain
just the potato.
nothing on it. Right. There's no butter or salt.
Right. Okay.
Well, I guess salt's not really calories. That's free calories.
I don't. Let's say 200.
Okay. All right.
200.
200.
All right. The question was, how many calories are in a pound of boiled potatoes? You all answered 200. Do I think you're over or under? Man, I think you're over, but maybe not by much.
We're making it
I think
hard
you're
for
over.
him.
Here we go. Flip. 354.
Oh,
I'm not eating
you're wrong
potatoes.
We are
again.
definitely under.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, fair enough. Eric's card. Here we go. How many hairs are there on the scalp of the average blonde-headed person? Specifically blonde people, Eric.
They have more hair
Blonde.
than everyone else.
Yeah, right?
Oh, I guess this is actually between George and I. Really? I think blonde people usually have thinner hair and brown hair people have really thick hair.
But it's not the thickness of the hair, it's the number.
I mean, when I look at people who are balding and they got a comb over, they typically don't have many more hairs than I do. just using the
I'm
logic
approaching
here.
this game wrong. Okay, so they have fewer hairs.
I would say they have fewer hairs. Yeah, I don't think people's hair strands are necessarily thicker. They just have
And we're
more of
counting
them.
all the hair on their head.
This is a ridiculous number.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 372,000. The game of arbitrary answers.
Yeah, let's say I'm happy with that. Actually, what do I know? That's fine.
I don't know either.
All right. I'm going to.
Eric, the question was, how many hairs are there on the scalp of the average blonde-headed person? We said 372,000. Are we over or are we under?
Say you're over.
But you're thinking
We're
you're thinking of a
over.
redhead though.
Yeah, right.
Are you ready for me to flip it? Whew. 185,000.
Oh, you were so over.
We are way over.
I got
Eric
it.
wins the card.
Eric's winning this game, I think.
I've got one, and both of you all have two.
tied.
I only have two? What? I'm
have
pretty
two.
sure I got more than two. All right. We have to
Rewind.
go back on this video.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. George, this question is for you. At what temperature does butter melt in Fahrenheit? Eric, do you cook much?
What temperature does butter melt?
I'll tell you, here's what I do. I put the butter on the skillet to lather it for the chicken and stuff,
Mhm.
but I just shove the number all the way to 10. So I don't really know.
So the answer's 10.
Yeah, the other 10.
I would say something like 85.
Melting point, though.
Yeah, butter
I mean, butter will melt
at
like
room temperature.
Room temperature. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, 85 isn't much above room temperature.
Right. It's like a little warm, but it's not.
Man, I think if you leave the butter out of the fridge, it just starts melting.
No.
Not like ice cream, but
So I think traditional butter, you can actually leave it out at room temperature and it won't fully melt. It'll get soft, but it won't melt. So I think it's a little bit above room temperature. So like 86 degrees.
all right. Let's go 86. I like that one. 86. So, George, the question for you was, at what temperature does butter melt in Fahrenheit? We say 86. Are we over or
Oof.
are we under?
It's rough. I'm going to say, I think you guys are over.
Over. Here we go. Flipping it.
86?
87.1.
Oh my goodness.
What brand of butter? Does that matter, though?
That's
You know what I'm
real
saying?
butter.
Oh, man.
All right. So, we have a tie between both of you all. We're going to do one card apiece.
Oh, geez.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
It's sudden death. All right, this one's for Eric. We're just going to skip me. The 1903 film, The Great Train Robbery,
I remember that one.
was the longest. Yeah, me too. It was the longest commercial movie that had been made. How long did it last?
Oh, we have to
George.
answer this. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
This must have been a silent film, right?
1903.
I'm pretty sure this is a silent film. I'm going to say, I initially thought 8 minutes, but I feel like that's too long. I'm just saying.
I don't know. That's I think it's got to be a little longer than that. I mean, you got the guy playing the piano and everything. Come on.
Oh no. All right, so I say 8. What do you think?
Well, let's just say 6 then.
6? I mean, I would at least think under 30. Period. I mean, there. You know what I'm saying?
It could be a trick
This
question.
film was expensive.
It could be a trick question.
How long was it? Like, how long was the actual film roll? 27 feet. I guess to say how long does it last?
Let's say 6 minutes.
6 minutes. I'm in. Eric, the question was, in the 1903 film, The Great Train Robbery was the longest commercial movie that had been made. How long did it last? We say 6 minutes. Are we over or are we under?
Well, it's kind of interesting, guys, because I was going to figure you guys would say like 3 hours. But it was a 1903.
We're spot on.
Right, I know. Yeah, those movies were really, really short back in the day. So I'm going to say you guys are over.
Yeah, I'm starting to think
I think we're over by about double.
Right.
It was probably like, it's a trick question. It was like 22 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 seconds. Here we go. Flip 12 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Dang it.
All right, George, this card's for you. If you win it, you win it all. Because that's how game
That's right.
shows work, basically. Nothing mattered until the last question anyway. So, how tall is the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt in feet? Eric, how tall do you think it is? In feet.
Giza, there was...
I'm going to say it's 88
Like
feet.
in what year?
Oh,
Because
what?
it's been shifting. So
Tower
Well,
Giza?
at least in 2014. That's what the copyright of the box says.
It was...
Are you calculating
he's
it?
Googling it.
Oh, my calculator?
He turned it around into an actual calculator.
And you said how many feet?
That's good stuff. I said 88 feet, which was like, I was thinking like 8 to 10 stories.
8 feet. And what? The Tower of Giza?
Tower?
No, the Great Pyramid of Giza.
The pyramid. 88.
I'm thinking it's like 10 stories.
Like a tiny.
And stories are like, what,
pyramid.
8 to 10 feet. So it's either 80 to 100 feet.
I think it's long. I think it's bigger than that.
114.
Wait. So I think it's maybe a little bit more. Give me a little bit more.
One, really?
Yeah.
Give me a number, because I'm just spitting out numbers. It's like I'm buying something from you.
Like the spaceship did. Come on.
Right.
Eric's like, yeah, right. He's like, I'll take it for a little bit more. How much do you want? Just you tell me.
Give me like 154.
154. All right, let's go with that. Man, I think that's so tall, though. All right, let's do 154.
Well, let's go 146.
146. Going once, going twice. All right, George. Your question was, how tall is the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt in feet? We say 156 feet. Or 146 feet,
Final answer.
corrected. 146. Are we over or are we under?
Okay, so they didn't bury that much in those things, so I'm going to say the spaceship wasn't that big. You guys are over.
We're over. The correct answer is 481 feet.
That's right, guys.
Whoa.
I wanted more.
I thought this thing was like, a sand dune.
Me too. Wow.
All right, new sudden death rule. Here we go. One last question. Both of you are going to answer. You're going to write down your answer before you say it out loud. Whoever's closest without going over wins.
Without going
the Price is Right rules on this one.
All right.
Or no, whatever. The difference. Whoever is closest with the difference. Because we can't let this show go on all day. We're going to pick a different card. That one has... I want to find a really cool one. Here we go. Okay. How many sonnets did William Shakespeare write? Alexa, what is a sonnet?
Sonnet is a noun meaning a poem, properly expressive of a single, complete thought, idea, or sentiment, of 14 lines, usually in iambic pentameter, with rhymes arranged according to one of certain definite schemes, being in the strict or Italian form divided into a major group
You should
of
probably
8
stop
lines,
her before she tells
the
us.
octave, followed by a minor group
Alexa,
of 6 lines.
Stop. William Shakespeare wrote...
Exactly.
I got mine.
He wrote like 6 million of them.
Eric's
Just,
ready.
only some were good is the thing.
Right. Only
I
some
don't
got
know.
published that we know about.
One sentence. How many sonnets did William Shakespeare write?
Okay, I wrote down a number.
All right, here we go. Who wants to reveal first?
6. Oh,
Eric.
I can't even see it.
The green screen's killing the paper.
63.
63 to George. What did you say?
500.
Well, all right, we're not really going to have to math this one out probably. So how many sonnets did William Shakespeare write? And the answer is 154.
Oh, yeah. I'm
I think
close.
Eric's a little close.
No, he wrote a bunch more, but the rest were crap.
Right? All right, there you go. Eric, you got 3, George 2, my 1.
Good job, Eric.
Yeah, I got this at Kroger for $2 on clearance.
Not bad.
Yeah,
That was pretty entertaining. I actually like
it's hard.
where a whole group decides. Could you imagine playing this with like 5 or
And
6
an
people?
argument.
Because yeah, all those other people have to come up with a number that they all collectively think, and then the one question reader has to do it. As a matter of fact, I think this game has way bad reviews, and I didn't think it was that bad. Of course, I think 3 players is a good count for it.
Yes.
Like, I wouldn't want to play this with
Well,
like
you
50
wait. Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It has a 4.7. Oh, 29 reviews.
Does it have a 4.7? It's not the one that's blue and yellow. It's the red and yellow one.
Does it matter?
It looks like the exact same game.
Yeah, that one has 5.8. It must have better questions.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe they changed the rules on the other one and it just got bad. I don't know. I kind of like that group discussion.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 to 5 players is probably a good sweet spot. Because otherwise you got to go too long before it's your turn. And then, if you play 50 cards, I mean, we literally went through a bunch of cards, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe 14. Cause I think I skipped like 3 in the end. So there's 200 cards. Each one has 3 questions. So yeah, I think I might keep us around. Maybe we'll do it again on the podcast. That's pretty entertaining. We'll bring in a guest and then we'll do it with them.
Yeah. Sounds good.
That'd be fun.
I like that idea.
All right. Well, I think it's time we wrap this episode up. So we want to thank you again for tuning in to episode 102 of the MeepleCore podcast. This episode was recorded actually 2 different dates, August 27th and September 4th because of technical difficulties, but it's all good. Please send us your questions and comments to MeepleCore@gmail.com. Follow MeepleCore on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Check out our video versions of the show on youtube.com/MeepleCore. Until next time, this is Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple.
Eric Ledford.
George Breden.
Keep on rocking and rolling dice.